Eat that entertainment.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of BTE TV. Today we have on Mike Mustain and Josh Smith, and they're here to talk about weed. Let's get into it.
Not only about weed, about other stuff too.
Yes, so I guess I'll start.
Yeah.
So the main reason we're here is to talk about a festival coming up and an expo. It's the Community Culture and Cannabis Expo in Piketon, Ohio, and it's the first of its kind in this area. And I'll let Josh get more into it, the specifics of that, and then we're gonna.
That's coming up in June.
Yeah,
June 27th or 28th, 29th.
Yep, that whole weekend.
27th, 28th, 29th is the festival.
Yep, full weekend.
Camping.
3 days.
Yep.
Camping. Two days of lineup of they're doing concerts and
Yep.
things in the evening. But the expo is through the day, and because of the way it is with the current rules with the state of Ohio, the expo there won't be any live music. It's more of an educational event. And it's very structured. We got panel groups coming from like a retirement community of people, and then I also have spoken like at the Methodist Church in Waverly and Garden City Society ladies, and they're bringing a panel, and they're going to be asking. We're inviting people to ask questions that they have about the program. So, and that will end at 4, and then in the evenings, starting around I think you got 6.
Yeah, we need a 2-hour gap. Yep. So yeah, then we go into the music part side, and Friday night we have Buffalo Wobbs, that's our headliner, and then we have a bunch of acts up to that, and then Saturday night AfroMan will be our main event, 10 p.m. So should be a pretty good show. I think everybody's going to relive some nostalgia, and
You will have to be 21 to get into the expo.
Right.
That's
right.
some of the there's some strict rules still.
Why is that though?
It's all about enticement to children. That's why they won't let us currently in the program to advertise them on billboard signs or really word of mouth is the only way that we can get the word out there. Just because it goes back to children and the conservative population in Ohio.
Yeah. Heavy.
So we gotta be respectful in that way, and this is how the rules, how they currently are. They are changing. They're starting to let us. Before we couldn't even sell like swag, things like that, give out hats, anything at all, because they consider that a walking billboard sign.
Right.
That's changing now. So we are starting to see change as rec comes, but right now it's still very strict, and we're kind of. That's why he's saying it's the first of its kind, because they're allowing this to happen.
Yeah. Plug that festival one more time.
So it's the music part's the Grassroots Festival. It'll start from 6 p.m. on Friday night and Saturday night. All the bands there. Buffalo Wobbs Friday night, AfroMan Saturday night, and it's just gonna be a pretty good time. And then the expo.
We'll go on through the day. Like I said, you're gonna be 21 and older to get into the expo. But there's activities going around. I think in the fairgrounds and whatnot too.
So it's the Pike County Fairgrounds.
Pike County Fairgrounds.
All right.
Yeah. So there's going to be glass blowers, making pipes, coppersmiths. I mean, I'll be there. I'm making pipes with my company too, and doing demos and.
We're even having artists. They're having artists, aren't they?
Basically, that's the artist alley. Basically, there'll be people live painting, just all that community, all that culture, stuff like that. And,
Bishop Walker's
just tying it all together.
Something too.
I don't know what his part is on that, but
well, he does horror films and masks, but they all live from the area.
Yeah.
So that's we're trying to feature just the Appalachian culture, and I think some of the reason when I was talking with Matt and decided to help them do this is I was up in Columbus and talking to people that I was like, why won't people drive this way? What is wrong? It seems like Chillicothe, it gets to be there's a stop, and people don't want to go down into Waverly. People don't want to come down to this Appalachian culture because they feel like, I don't know if they think they're going to get beat up or they just think that we're rejects, you know what I mean? What is going on? And so the whole idea, I think, is to break some of that stigma, not just of cannabis, but of the Southern Ohio, and what we are and how we are as people. So I think that was a lot of the purpose behind it.
Right. So it's not necessarily a massive party. It's a lot of education, and we want people to know the laws, how you can grow at home, because it changed. Man, they're jacking this stuff around daily. Actually, what we voted on is not what we're going to get to, but I don't know if we want to get into that, but yeah. But you are
gonna be attended to. I mean, we got some pretty major players in the industry that have helped shape the laws, like Greg May, Peggy Hollenbach, Brent Evans. I mean, all these guys, Matt Close, and gee whiz, I could just go on and on with so many people. But I just, like I think I was telling you guys earlier, Jamie Callender, state representative. Like I said, he was in a band at one time with Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails, but he's been a big advocate. He's helping us out. So, the support and the opportunity I think that we have right now, because this is the prohibition of cannabis.
Yeah, well, I think educating people
overcoming
is going to be huge in this area, because a lot of people around here have that kind of older conservative idea about cannabis. So I think that it's a good thing to educate people around here, and also to be fun for the people that already love cannabis.
Right,
Yeah,
and you know what though, we didn't win. Cannabis, Sauter County didn't win, Pike County didn't win. It was the bigger cities that did it for Ohio.
Mhm.
So we're still a no here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On on a
know
consensus. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't win here.
We lost by 500 votes in Pike County.
Yeah. So
Really?
so we're still in that underdog state. So you got people like me. I don't smoke weed. I have no desire to. But I'm an advocator for it. I love the business, and if that's what people want, they should get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I watch Fighter and the Kid. It used to be one of my most my favorite podcasts back in the day. And Brendan Schaub, you know who he is?
No.
You know who Brian Callen is, the actor? Well, they're both comedians, but Brian Callen's an actor as well. But anyways, Brendan Schaub was an ex-UFC fighter. His son has like seizures and shit, and they give him like CBD oil, and it stops him from having the seizures. You know what I mean? I think that, you know what I mean? I don't smoke weed, but I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was putting CBD oil in my coffee just recently.
Was you?
How'd that work? How'd that?
Maybe, I don't know. We just had it, at the house, and I was like, oh shit, I was listening. You know what I mean?
You feel like you had less inflammation?
Well, that was what I was
Yeah,
hoping, because
yeah.
I'm old, man. My
Yeah,
back's
I
hurt a
got
little
you.
bit,
I
my
get it.
knee, shit like that. So I don't know if I noticed anything different, but it was cool. Like, I was like, all right.
Just
I'll
cool to
Yeah.
say you did it, right?
Yeah, I was just like, I didn't tell nobody until just now, but you know what I mean?
That's-
I work
that's
in
hilarious.
and I'm a pharmacist, and started out. I was a preacher too, and I called it the devil's lettuce. But then, then I got in a bad car accident, got addicted to Dilaudid. Anyways, had a different, outlook on it. Yeah, but I used cannabis to get off of it, and then I've been an advocate for it ever since, and to the point that I got I've spoke at these convalescent centers, like I said, the retirement home, and now I got little old ladies coming in getting these creams, and a lot of times they will start out with CBD creams
Yep.
and those oils, but then sometimes you see them graduate on to the THC creams, and especially construction workers, and we're seeing all these creams and oils and tinctures taken away, and they're rubs. We're not ingesting this; it's just being rubbed on. But we're seeing just quality of life being improved all the
Right,
time,
exactly.
and that's what it's about, right? We want to get out with our kids. We want to go to the grocery store. I get people that call me and say, "Josh, I'm so thankful because I was on." They're in palliative care, so end of life care, and they're like, you got me those gummies, and before I was on. I was taking too much of this opiate, like, tramadol or even morphine, and I couldn't get out. But right now, I can actually go shopping with my daughter a few more days. Right now they're enjoying that little bit of in-life stage. And that means the world if you're losing someone
Absolutely.
you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, go ahead.
When was your accident?
2015.
So
2015.
what happened?
And you never did nothing before that and shit. And then you started.
No, when I was a kid, I smoked marijuana, actually, with the dude Matt Kelly that's helping
Matt.
put on the festival. I was 15 and he drove me around. By the time I was 17, though, I mean, I did just normal stuff, experimented a little bit. But then I got saved and became an evangelist in the 3CU denomination. Went on and preached and spoke for, all kinds of organizations, and then I also even got into Christian music and got some Christian record deals. I don't know if you guys know Seth Morrison, but he's in the band Skillet now. He's the guitar. I helped link that up. He's from Willersburg, but yeah. So I had a very conservative background, before my wreck, and I never, done or taken in any recreational drugs or even drank alcohol. didn't hardly cuss.
Right.
Now I got a different outlook on a lot of things in life because but
So you were a preacher though,
yeah,
and then so you got in the wreck after you were already a preacher.
yeah.
Yeah. So then you're still a preacher, but what got you to be like, okay,
Are you still a preacher?
Cannabis.
There you
Cannabis,
go.
man.
So you're not.
No, I mean I still believe in Jesus Christ. I just no, I mean there's not many people who call me and ask me to go speak at a church anymore. And I went through a horrible divorce. I'm still dealing with the residuals of a lot of things in life. After that wreck, my life changed in a overnight in an instant. So a lot of realities of one guy always says this to me now. He says, "Preacher man, fuck your wife." So, and I found that to be.
I actually got some stories on
Yeah,
that. We'll leave that-
and I'm
leave
not
for
saying
another
that.
time.
There's some great preachers. There's great men of God that I love and respect. There's great people, but I've just met just as good of people in a bar.
Yeah.
And so you find out what you're made of when you go through things like that.
Or are you conflicted as a preacher? Like, so at what point did
I'm
you
still
say,
conflicted.
Right. At
You
what
know,
point
a
did
lot
you
of
say,
things.
I'm going to use cannabis because you thought this is a bad thing? At what point did you decide, I'm going to
Well,
use cannabis because you're
There's an
addicted to...
exact point with that too, and it involves another preacher, Pastor Dave Stolley. I was on Dilaudid taking it, every day, and I owned an audiovisual company at a big warehouse up in Chillicothe, right there where right behind Krispy Kreme Donuts, that's downtown. You guys ever been up there in Chillicothe? And
I don't
you ever
know
heard of
much
the
about
Missing
the place.
Women of Chillicothe?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. So it was 3rd Street, and I had this giant warehouse, and I'd been in the hospital, been in the wreck, finally got out of the hospital and went there, and I'd been there for months now, and I was missing a bunch of equipment, and I heard stuff up in the rafters, and I had been working on a truck, and I shouldn't have been because I was in the halo. You know what I mean? I was doing a lot of things I shouldn't have been doing. I should have been home resting. But I was convinced.
That's what the Dilaudid does too.
Right, that's what my whole point. And then I was convinced that there were people that had made a meth lab up in the rafters. You know what I mean? And it was getting a little out there. I was going around with like one of those machete things. I don't know. It was sling blade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what? I was out of my mind, man. I was out of my mind, and I convinced Pastor Dave to come over. And after he had climbed up to look up in the rafters to see if there's a meth clinic, because I was just and then he's one of those hard-headed like old security guard dudes, and he I could just see him doing the calculation. The only way down was this 8-foot ladder, and he's 14 foot high, and he's not 7 foot. You know what I mean? And he's not one of those patient kind of guys that's going to wait. And I said, look, even being on Dilaudid, I could do the math in my head, and I said, you're not going to make that. Don't try. And he's got oil on his feet. And I walk in there. I said, I'll build scaff up to you. And I started grabbing scaff to build it up to you. And the next thing I hear is just clunk. He hits the fucking floor. And I watch his head ricochet, off the concrete floor. And I remember I can't take any more of this guy. You've already, I can't go through any more shit right now, because I thought, well, he's gonna be dead, broken back, or we're going to the hospital. And that dude ended up just getting up and walking out. I mean, it knocked the breath out of him and stuff. And I said, how are you not dead? And that was a miracle of God to me. And at that point, I realized I had a problem.
Really?
I had a problem. It's like, there's no meth clinic. It's in my head. I've got a problem, and I need to do something. And but now I got all these pins. If you look back here, I've got an 8-inch scar both sides. They went in up here, full facial reconstruction. It's hard. I don't feel this leg, so it's hard to cope with all that. So that's what ended up leading into marijuana. Is I'd been reading about that at that time, and I thought, well, this is becoming legal. And then I saw business aspects too of it. And I was a pharmacist, and I thought, well, I'm going to go down this road to see where it would take me, but I got to get off of this other. And I didn't want to be, I may get addicted to something, or, I got like an addictive personality, if you can't tell that, and extreme personality at times too. But I'm more addicted to being successful and being happy and finding, a balance, I guess, even though I always seem to, I'm a driving force. So, like, just being a part of this festival,
Right.
this guy, I tend to gravitate towards other people that want to get shit done.
Yeah.
So,
But the point is, the weed got you off the line,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, it did.
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's a long story of
I
travel.
know some young people that have used. I mean, I know older people too, but I know even some young people that have quit using hard drugs by using cannabis, and
Yeah.
that's like, I mean, you're saving somebody's future if they have access to cannabis.
It's a reverse gateway,
Right, literally.
right?
Right,
Yeah.
so they called in the treatment world. One of my best friends owns a treatment facility in Columbus, Ohio. They call it the California sober,
Yeah.
basically.
That
The
makes
cat-
But
sense.
I swear, I mean, I know a lot about that area in that business too, and I'm involved a little bit. But the MAT, the drugs are given people like Suboxone and stuff is way worse.
Oh yeah, you get
In
addicted
the
to
end,
Suboxone and shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
Hey, why aren't we using MAT marijuana? Like, I mean, it's so much safer for you. Like,
What's MAT?
medically assisted treatment. Like they're
Oh, okay.
using drugs basically
Medical
too.
marijuana.
Okay, yeah.
But see, the thing is, and I don't want to get too far into that, but I'm for that. If that helps somebody break through and but we don't stay on Suboxone for 12 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We do
well,
a
I mean,
6-month
back in the
program. We
day,
get our life
yeah.
back together, and we live a life. We don't.
It's supposed to be 30 to 90 days, and now 6 years later,
Right,
they're getting old,
right.
and they're taking the benzos with them. How's it any different than OxyContin?
Right,
The
so-
half-life is 15 hours.
Yeah, if you can use cannabis to take care of all that stuff, I'm for it. I mean, so many antidepressants, all those things are terrible. Weight gain in females, so that's like a psychological thing for them. Like, and I've seen so many people get happy when they got on medical card and went through that lifestyle and got off all those other pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
There's people that eat handfuls of pills every day because they're subscribed to them, and it's just not good.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, for sure.
Like when I got into this, one of my main pushing factors for this, because I wanted this a long time ago when I had cancer for 2 years, and I begged the doctors to give me Marinol, and a lot of people didn't even know what it was back then.
Yeah.
It's basically THC capsule, and they still make it.
Yeah.
It's still not heard of. A lot of people don't hear of it. It's for nausea and somewhat for pain, but no, they just shove
Yeah, they've had it
Oxycontin
out
down my
for
throat,
years.
basically. Like, no, they take this, and we're just like, this is not.
Pharmaceutical industry, though.
Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, and that's it. You get into the politics of the
Yeah.
pharmaceutical companies and the jobs that would take away. If I was during the OxyContin epidemic, I've robbed at gunpoint. But people were so
Pharmacy, right? Pharmacy.
Yeah, and at the CVS pharmacy in Chillicothe, I was robbed at gunpoint, and also was offered another dude's wife. But to see, and I was a preacher, so I told him about Jesus Christ instead. You know what I mean? I was like, Jesus wouldn't do that, man. Your wife is something to be treasured.
WW.
But then the next
used to
day,
do that kind of
yeah. So man, but it grabs them by the boo boo. You know what I mean? It gets them to where they compromise every aspect of what they really do love in life. To maybe they were narcissistic or whatever, but maybe they weren't. Maybe they're a good fucking person until they got on that, and now they're ready to give their wife or go hold some guy
Yeah.
up at gunpoint. And that's where I see the. But the pharmaceutical industry, what I was kind of getting at back in the day, the ladies that would come in and bring me pizzas and pens, dressed in those bombshell fucking tight, and I was a preacher, and I was sitting there like, you can't lust after another woman, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, I mean everything they're saying, it was very much by design. It's very political. I mean, Purdue knew what they were doing. These pharmaceutical companies are very sharp. They're very tactful, and it's a big industry.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so
it takes money out of their hands, and
Right.
And cannabis is not something they control right now.
and the key to this all is you ain't got to mess with them all. You can do it at home now. Grow your own.
Well, yeah,
you ain't got to mess with none of that. You know what I
what are
mean?
the new laws?
I know people that are growing now, and I'm just like, bro, y'all's wild because, like y'all said, the laws are still changing. I'm like,
No,
ra-
you can
as
have
it-
12 right
you-
now.
Well, long as
Can you?
long as
Yeah,
there's two
two-
adults in the house.
2 adults,
Yeah.
6 per
Yeah.
adult.
But it's
Six
but
per
it's-
house. Six
yeah.
per individuals in the house. So you have to have 2 people. It's 6 per individual of the household. Okay. And so, That's over 21. So you gotta do
That's
a household
already-
that's over 21.
That's already
Yeah.
passed.
That's
That's already
passed,
passed.
and
But
that's
that,
here.
I can't have.
Rec is here, guys.
Yeah, bro, hey, I was
I'm about to
Recreational
have
is
40
here.
of them. You know what I mean?
my dude showed me some shit the other
Oh,
day.
my
and
kids?
I was like, damn, you're tripping, bro. I was like, 'cause I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't even chance it, but.
well, part of this is though like the rule of you. I mean, that bill is like 146
Can you
pages.
grow it out in your yard?
No, that's what I was getting at. You have to. I mean, I read every piece of it. I've been studying it. It's got to be locked up. I mean, you can have the liquor cabinet wide open for the kids, but you got to lock up your whole grow up. Which, and I say grow up, you know, it's eventually going to be 6 plants. The 12 is going to go away.
Well, and that's why
it's changing.
That's why people think it's not here, because there are two different bills, one on the House side, one on the Senate side, and they kind of are stalemated. So issue 2 passed on December 7th, and it stands as.
You just can't recreation buy it. You can't buy it at a store yet. That's the problem.
So it stands as is. It's
Right.
rec, and it's those laws.
Yes.
So is smoking weed like the only thing you do?
Well, I mean, I have prescription medications from the rec. I had a TBI. I do have, I'll take
You
some.
guys, either one of y'all smoke cigarettes?
No.
I do not. I don't do nothing.
I'm about to smoke one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
you're
ahead.
good. You're good.
That's why you asked. Like,
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been sitting here and I was like, man, I'm fiending. You know what I mean?
I mean,
you a cigarette.
you were smoking
I'll
one week
drink
when we
some
came
beer.
in.
I
You're
like
good.
beer, But,
what was I gonna ask you?
Well, I got a question, Greg. So shut the.
Go ahead then, bro. You just asked a question. You just asked if they smoke.
Yeah, but
Supposed to be
that was a
taking
real
turns here.
question. I just wanted to smoke a fucking cigarette.
Go,
I
smoke.
didn't want them to be like, oh, I'm allergic or something. You know?
Hey, I appreciate you asking. I mean, I appreciate you asking, but it's your house.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's not mine.
This ain't our house.
But no. Anyway, so I was gonna ask you. So, how the fuck did you end up with a dispensary?
oh God, what a
Big plug.
What a
Big
journey.
big plug
Yeah.
time right here.
That's a journey. So like I told you, I wanted to, I wanted to get off of Dilaudid, and then I was looking at the medical marijuana laws, and I'm a pharmacist, and I saw that the Board of Pharmacy was going to be over it,
Yeah.
and so it just made sense. It was something that I was already now partaking in at the same time this was all going on, because this all rolls out in 2015. I'm going through this. It doesn't, won't see our first. I think it rolls out in 15 and comes, it starts in 2017, but I'm on a 2-year journey to heal, because it takes 2 years to fucking walk again, and I don't have teeth, all this stuff. So I just got time to read, think, go to doctor's appointments, and sit in a chair. For the first year it was horrible. The second year was better. But during that time, I was just reading, studying, talking, flying.
Now, let me ask you this: how old are you during all this?
I was in my 30s, so I mean, I'm 39.
Because you got to be somewhat a successful person to open up your own dispensary.
Well, he was a preacher.
Yeah, but he also was a pharmacist.
Yeah,
too.
but
Yeah.
it's
But I want to know, like, when did you start?
I came in RFA 2, which was, geez, man.
Can you tell everybody what RFA2 is?
Yeah, so the RFA 1, that was the first round of dispensaries that was issued. That was in 2017, I think, is when the applications came out. RFA 1. That's I forget what the acronym stands for, but then it grew so fast that they opened up. The people that got selected, the program was overperforming. You know what I mean? It had. I'm trying to think of the right word, but it had grown so much in patients that they needed to have more dispensaries to supply the demand. So I was like, here's my opportunity. And I've been preaching about this to just several people as I keep going, like, you need to get the cannabis. This is what I want to do. And I'd already had it set in my mind. This is what I was going to do. I was just looking for that next opportunity. And I went through and read the rules. And once I started doing the math, and I said, I'm good at math and good at, the science side of things and good at structure. So I was like, I'm going to go after this shit. And then they roll out the next package, RFA 2, to go after the dispensary. And there wasn't any cultivation, there wasn't any processing offered this time. It was only dispensaries. So in RFA 1, you could go after everything.
So RFA2 is the new.
They
got granted record license if they already
Yeah.
had the medical facility.
Well, no, that's not right. RFA 2 is what landed me in.
Oh, okay.
What landed
I got you.
me
I got you.
into my dispensary. So they've never had an RFA 3. So we're still part of RFA 2. But now it was like last year that I was. It was a lottery, so RFA 2 was different.
I heard about
Yeah,
this,
it was
yeah.
a lottery, man. I had to get $2 million in cash, and you could have went around it a bunch of different ways. They just give you statutes, and you just read all that shit. I hired a consultant. I went through it every day, and I brought in some people to help me. They believed in the vision. I gave one guy some of that. I said, if we get this, I gave him 5%. So he helped me, and we just started going down that application of statutes, looking for the property, meeting everything. I just started driving everywhere. I just was, I was starting. I've been on disability too, so you know what I mean. It's been a big change. Like I'm trying to get back, and I'm finally functional. I'm finally better, and this was therapy in itself because it was giving me purpose to be successful again. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I lost my wife. It took 2 years to get my fucking kids back. She left me during the wreck. And dude, I mean, I remember having like $78 one month after I paid every fucking body to live off of, thinking, how am I going to, make it? And it was this. I sold everything into this, saying I'm going to make this work. And how do you determine if you're going to win a lottery or not? But I just put a strategy together. Ended up getting my investor friend, he's a partner too, to invest in this, and I just. Through the church and through my reputation and probably through all the things I did, it aligned me with the right people from here that agreed to go along with me. And then the day of the lottery came, and we got.
You fucking won.
We won. We won, man.
Hey, so to play in that lottery though, the application fee was $5,000. And stop me if I'm wrong.
You can put in as many ones you want. And I put in 10.
Non-refundable. So like when I was into it, I'm like, man, do I want to put in 10? And that's $50,000. You're not getting it back. Like
we had the mayor on from here, and he talked about this.
Yeah,
because we were bringing up this. So I mean, you took a lot of risk in doing that.
But I felt confident my plan was solid. Even if you got picked in the lottery, they didn't vet the applications until after you were picked. So if you didn't pass the application, it just went down to the next person. I was selected the first 5 times. So out of my 10 spots, I was drawn the first 5 times.
So you put in $50,000.
I put in $200,000.
Why not increase your odds?
You said it's
it was about but see, that was only one part of it. I had to really put the plan together to pass it. I had to go ahead and put the whole thing together. So I had to have architect drawings. I had to have all these statutes I had to have what they call a Gantt chart, a timeline on when it was going to be built and how I was going to build it all in 270 days and make it all operational. I had to write the whole fucking plan.
And what's the name of this dispensary?
Southern Eye Botanicals.
In Waverly, right?
In Waverly.
That one when you're driving up there, you see it on the left.
Right there by that sawmill. Yeah.
You got to have, for your dispensary, you got to have a medical marijuana card to go in it and shit?
Right now you do. Yeah, since the new laws have passed, what's going on, and I've been part of the Cannabis Innovation Group with the Department of Commerce, we're trying to figure out we have to track everything from seed to sale.
Oh.
And so it's computer systems that are the problems right now. Mm-hmm. How do we make this compliant with the current laws? You get what I'm saying? And so that's what's being worked on. That's why we're not selling right now. We had these statutes, but now the whole industry, everybody's in there. Like we're all working together to figure out, okay, how do we make all this work? And we're close.
How long have you been open?
June 2nd will be June 2nd of last year. That's when
1 year.
1 year.
And what that PC was just talking about is he's talking about the flow into rec.
Yeah.
That's right. Getting that all, trying to figure that. That's gonna be it's a mess. Yeah.
It's been it's been a journey. And it still is every day because you're trying to, and you have to get vetted. Your bank accounts get looked at. Your whole life is just on display.
The camera system. You're watched in your own business. You're watched.
I got $240,000 worth of surveillance equipment. I mean,
they have access to it
all the time. So everything going on.
So where do you get the cannabis from?
From the other license holders in the state of Ohio.
Like cultivators.
And they're going to be at this.
These are people that have these big farms that are growing it.
Yeah, like
are those in Ohio
Relief
as well?
Yeah, they're all Buckeye Relief, Pure Ohio Wellness, Cure Leaf, which is an MSO. You had to be a resident of Ohio in these RFAs, but many of them, were backed by equity groups or large wealthy conglomerates that have gotten together. People pull money together.
You should have totally said Mexico with a U-Haul.
I mean, I was hoping he was.
You would have got him like, what the heck?
I'm like, shit.
But we're not that
So you're
way.
not for
we're
border
just
security.
it's just my friend has been very successful in business, and his family has, and so they have they believed in me, and they just they helped me. Now I'm definitely not one of the more wealthy ones, but because we've been so active, and I've been out engaging in grassroots, building grassroots following and educating, we've done well compared to other people because the program did peak. It peaked. We got up to about 170,000 patients, and right now, since rec has passed, we're down to 150,000. So, the program is not being supported. People are not going in, and it's just kind of stagnant right now. Everybody's waiting on rec to get.
And nobody wants to waste their money buying another card. Nobody wants to renew.
How much is a card?
It depends on how you get it, really.
Yeah, I mean,
Like $200 or something like that.
Not anymore. You can get one for like $90. I've even seen specials for $75 that are out there.
They was just my friend Priscilla just they gave out I think like 200 of them for free down here.
Yeah. So we're gonna have people at the
that's
festival.
What they do. They do these card drives now, and they bring people down, or they bring organizations like Anthony Riley's organization, High Cannabis Live, and Allie Reeves. She has Canna Women, and they do. They're linked to doctors because they won't let me even talk to a doctor right now because they'll say I'm creating a pill mill, which is bullfucking shit. But I mean, we got people that can't type down here. You know what I mean? They need help. They don't even know how to open an email address. So it's very rigid with the card, and that's why these organizations have came along to help people, especially in Southern Ohio, that have computer literacy problems. And there's just a lot of problems with the program. So that's the great thing about rec, and that's why because I was coming from the conservative background I came from, being a preacher, I was really only for medical in the beginning, but I knew other people were using cannabis, but I've always been one of those straight-laced guys that thought, hey, doctor needs to control what you're on because you need to be accountable to somebody. So that way.
How do you feel about that now? Because I mean, there's a lot of people that are smoking cannabis
He's
that are not.
He's saying his views have changed. Is what he's.
Yeah. That's that's why the rec thing. So my view comes in just like we were talking about Suboxone, and I thought, here I go and give all this Suboxone out, and I get those patients come back into the pharmacy, and they're telling me they're selling what they're getting from Medicaid for free, and they're selling it for $20 a pop out on the street. I mean, they talk about it right in the line, and I'll kick them out if I hear the shit. But, I still hear the chatter, or I get somebody that calls the pharmacy up and says, well, this person, they'll tell on each other. And in 1 second, this person was supposed to drop this off to me today. And you know what I mean? And they didn't, and I already paid them. And they're turning them in.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, and I'm sitting here thinking, is this fucking for real? And I'm sitting
Southern Ohio.
Yeah, man, Southern Ohio. What a damn racket. But
that's crazy.
And I started thinking, my gosh, cannabis is not like that. I mean, it's not. It doesn't. There's really not a comparison to an opiate to THC.
Yeah,
I mean.
Were you still a pharmacist?
Yeah, I'm still.
So you own a pharmacy, or you just a pharmacist?
No,
at a
I
pharmacy?
was a pharmacist for years, and I just have kept up and kept my license, and I had to go on disability. Man, I've just been through the ringer, But I went into. I'm allowed to work so much under the program, and then so my partner's sister owns a pharmacy. And they kind of just knew me, and I was able to go in and say, hey, let me come in and help you some. And let me help you, because she was building her business at the time when I was putting all this together. Yeah. And then I was working there to help her. And, it allowed me to get back on my feet without having to commit to something because I got stabbed in the eye too. So I'm blind as hell in this eye, and on top of everything.
Who stabbed you, bro?
My ex-wife's new husband.
Oh shit!
It's in court right now. So
You might not want to talk too much on
yeah,
that one.
I better not talk more than that. But I mean, I'm just saying.
Blue moon. That's our word.
Yeah,
blue moon.
There you go. I'm in court over those things. But yeah, man, it's just one thing's led to the other. So I have not, fully engaged back into pharmacy. But then I won this, so now,
What I was trying to get at was, like, people are always gonna smoke weed or get whatever drug it is that they want. So I'm trying to figure out where you are on like complete legalization, because I got a friend that lives in like Washington State, I think.
Well, I just think that you got to let people are going to do it anyways. Now you know what you're going to get. You don't have to worry about something being laced with something, and not like people go around and like, oh, weed smokers don't want to get laced with fentanyl, right? But I have heard cases of bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's crazy. So I get sick of moms coming in, and I gotta watch them cry how they got, where did they get their Oxycontin from back in the day, or now it's oxycodone, or where did they get, or they tracked it back to, it came from our pharmacy, and I don't care if they started there, but now they're coming in crying about how they got a hold of fentanyl because they never got off of the Oxycontin or whatever, and they've lost their kid. Yeah. And they were supposed to get that, or they were supposed to get coke, and they OD'd. And I had a kid that was in my youth group, Byron Stanley was his name, and when I was preaching and helping Pastor Dave, and he ended up thought he was, I guess, getting cocaine, and he got fentanyl, and he's dead now.
That happens a lot
right.
around here.
So I can't. That's where I say, hey, look, people are going to get it. Somebody's going to give it to them. People get alcohol everywhere now, at convenience stores. Let this happen. This needs to happen because people don't deserve to continue to lose their family members over stupid.
It's too risky. Like, there's a story about I think she was like 17-year-old, went to a high school party, and snuck out. And the joint was fentanyl laced, died, and they put her back in her parents' bed, and the parents found her the next morning. Woke
That's
up.
insane. I think it's crazy to think about wasting fentanyl by putting in a weed.
Yeah, but it's just stupid. I mean, but people are vindictive. I don't know what they're doing it for.
That's what I was trying to
No, I think if they're looking for a better high, they're just wanting, because
Well, and if you're on that shit, you probably reason completely different than somebody that's not. Well, maybe if I give them a little of this, they'll come back more.
I guess
and more.
that's the only thing that makes sense to me. I think if you're a rational person, you would never waste fentanyl by putting.
No, because it's just completely.
Wait,
different.
what do you mean by waste fentanyl though?
Well, I would say fentanyl's probably worth more than
a gram
of weed.
Blunt,
Right.
Because I've heard that like a little particle of fentanyl could kill you, but it's like, well, why would you? I don't know what fentanyl costs, but I know that weed's $10 a gram. I think. I don't know how much it is at
in
dispensaries.
Ohio, on average, at my dispensary, it's like $4 a gram. So, yeah.
Right, but what I'm getting at is like
not on the street. Maybe I don't know.
Like if you were to be a guy, just a random guy in a house, and you were like, hey, I got this fentanyl and I got this weed, and somebody wants some weed. And you're like, let's toss a little dust of fentanyl in there. Like, that seems crazy.
I'll tell you all a funny story.
I don't know what fentanyl's worth, but it's probably worth more than that $10.
Back whenever I was a kid, obviously everybody done funny shit when I was a kid. Well, shit, they didn't shit. Whenever I was a kid, I used to sell weed. Right? And I remember one of my dudes, Danny, shout out Danny. I remember he come over one time, and he was telling me about he got some weed from me. And he was telling me, he was like, yeah, I took it back over there to Kentucky. He said, motherfuckers were just falling out on it.
That shit.
I told him, I was like, yeah, I put fentanyl on my weed, just joking around. That was before, that was ever before I ever heard that. Danny actually went and told motherfuckers I put fentanyl on my weed.
Oh my god.
But yeah, shout out Danny.
It's a good way to get a kid.
So now they're out. So now they're out looking for fentanyl.
Yeah. But no. He told me it was like Jamie Morrison, a couple of his cousins. He said they was all falling out over it, and I was like, "Fuck, dog." And I don't even think it was that good. It didn't even look like that good of weed.
You didn't even smoke it. You just
it was back in the day. Old weed was.
Oh yeah, that old brick.
Yeah.
Right, but all these little stories we're talking about, like and that girl and everybody, like it's part of what this legalization rec. You can grow it at home. You know what you got. You know what I mean? You can trust the source, and you're going to the store.
And then think of the tax money that we're going to pay. Backroads and I will pay this year. I mean, will go to the streets and we'll go to the local cities,
income tax. Yeah,
rec side. So I mean, you start adding it up, it's here. Why would we deny? Do we want to give all this tax money away to all the big cities and nobody else? Because why? You know, a lot of people don't want to come down here. You know, that's where the festival comes back into place. Is like I don't know if they're scared of our culture and what we got going on down here, what it is, but those things, I don't know how we're good people.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. Yeah. I think it's just like there's more or less nothing's down this way.
Nothing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
And that's because like me, I'm not gonna flex. Like Portsmouth is a small town, but I've never been like, hey, let's go to Waverly.
Yeah. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Well,
like,
that's what I mean. But there is Portsmouth.
Yeah, Portsmouth is small too, and I don't even like being here. But I mean, we're bigger than like Waverly and
I guess
Pike and shit.
that's a thing. Right?
That's like New Boston. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm going to be honest with New Boston. Like I've never, ever looked at one of my friends and was like, "Hey, let's go up to New Boston for this." You know what I mean? It's
For me, it was about community. You know, it was more about like I did it there, and probably was maybe not the smartest thing, but I knew too.
no. I think that is gonna. Your dispensary being there is going to bring more people there.
Yeah, no,
we don't.
that's
We don't
right.
have shit down here. When we got that dispensary, I was like, oh, that's gonna.
Right.
I mean, it's gonna help out. Like, it's gonna fuck up a lot of like the local people that
Yeah.
sell weed, which you shouldn't be selling weed anyways, idiots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It does bring in more. You know what I mean? Like, it does bring in more people to
the areas.
Because whenever you have nothing, then you finally get something like that. It makes it a big deal.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers will be traveling there.
Right.
I mean, if their city don't.
Now it's
got
going
it-
to help out the restaurants. It's going to
Yeah.
help out the
But
that's
they
what I'm
have to
saying, though.
pass it recreationally because even if there was a dispensary next door to my house and I wanted to smoke weed, which I don't, but if I did, I can't even go there and buy it without the medical card.
Right.
That's
And
what
now it's here. We're on the cusp of this.
When they did the recreational thing, we had the mayor on. It was like he was like, "Yeah, you can have 2.5 ounces of weed." I was like, "But where can I get it?
Right.
Like I
You
can't
can-
go buy it from the guy down the street that sells weed."
You can be gifted
Right.
it from home growers right now.
Right now, you
that's
can
it.
you
That's
can
it.
well you can legally
Yeah,
we'll
you
shout
can't
we'll
just
shout
walk up- Yeah, you can't just walk up and be like, yeah, I just bought it from my neighbor. No, you can be like, hey,
Right.
my neighbor just gave it to me.
well you can legally buy
that's
seeds.
what
Right?
you
You can buy seeds right now. Yeah, you can go shout out to Granny's in Ironton. They have some really bomb seeds
And
out here
that's
right
gonna
now.
change.
So
Yeah.
go there and then you just start. That's what you just got to start. You know.
I grow a garden every year, and I was until you
How many
said,
plants you got?
Normally I just grow tomatoes and cucumbers and
Yeah.
shit. But I was planning this year to grow some weed, but you just told me I can't do it in my backyard. I got to lock it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess it'll be in the basement.
So no, yeah, still got to know the law, even though
I'm
it's
gonna do 5
recreational.
plants just to
Shit,
make
I'll just put it
sure.
in one of my daughter's bedrooms.
Like literally, you can't walk down the street smoking a joint.
Right.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That is so crazy to me. Yeah.
No, you gotta be
When we was in
you gotta be on
Cleveland,
your property. You can't be
gotta be on
walking
the
down the street. Well, this school thing right next door may cause other problems for you guys, but
We don't live here.
Yeah, don't live
We really don't live
You
here.
think we live here?
But you don't even smoke weed, so it don't even matter.
Yeah, I think we actually live here.
We really
like
don't
we're just
live
a gay couple.
Well, but a lot of people.
We're a gay couple, brothers.
Man, I wish I would have brought in some gifts. We'll get those in a second. I really wish I would have brought the first gift. I'll have to send you a picture or
Yeah,
something.
no,
I'll post it.
I own my own.
Yeah.
I own my own house down on the east end. I mean, I got a pretty.
East End.
I live down in Portsmouth.
That's
I got
that.
yeah, I got
Well, I'm
a-
scared. We're scared to go down that part of town.
I got a pretty big house. I live right there by. I'm not gonna say it, but I live down there by like a nursing home.
All right.
Yeah.
So I live on the OK side. And
They're-
I own like half my block.
At
Well,
least.
they're getting ready to do a big they're getting ready to do big things down in that area right now. Like they're getting
Yeah, I
ready
wish
to
they
do
would buy my house. I had one of the motherfuckers. He come by and was like, "So I just woke up because I don't want to live on the East End." You know what I mean? But I just woke up and dude was all like, called me. He was like, "Hey, I heard you was wanting to sell your house," and I really wasn't even trying to sell my house. But you know what I mean? Like I was all like, "Yeah." He was like, "I'll give you $40,000 for it." I said, "All right, holler at me." He called me back a couple weeks later. I forgot I told him, yeah, I don't want $40,000 for my fucking house. What the fuck? You know what I mean, dog? I own a lot of property. Why the fuck would I give that to you for fucking $40,000? Come on. But I was asleep whenever I said it. And then he called me a couple weeks later talking about boom, boom. I was like, nah. Then another dude hit me up the other day and was like, I'll give you $38,000 for it tomorrow morning. I was like, bro, I'm not selling my house for $40,000, bro.
Right.
Like, I don't, you know what I mean?
That's
Just
too
because it's
much
on the East
property.
End. Yeah, just because it's on the East
But
End.
But they're getting ready to do big things down there. They're getting ready to build a park. They're going to be doing these art events down there for kids, and they're focusing on groups are focusing on that area because it is one of our worst, the worst neighborhoods in Portsmouth, pretty much. There's nothing over there.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing there. It's just a bunch of junkies and shit, yeah.
I remember I told a story the other day, and I was making a joke about being scared to go to the East End, and I was like, I'm not scared to go to the East End. Don't bother me a bit. But my ex stepson, when he was 4, had a little PW 50 Yamaha dirt bike, and I was like, "Where are we gonna go ride a dirt bike out?" Had training wheels, so I took him down to the stadium, basically on the east end, where it's fenced in now, but it was a big old field. And when we left out of there, we was at a stop sign, and it used to be pretty rough down that way. We was at a stop sign, and we just about got jacked by like 8-year-olds. They're like, and they started going in this persona, like, "Man, is that your dirt bike?" Talking to his friends, like, "Yeah, I think it is my dirt bike." I mean, they were
They were trying to get you.
like 8 or 9-year-old. It might have been Ricky. How old are you?
I'm from Wayne Hills. Me and my friends would have did shit like that. I'm from Wayne Hills. I actually had my dude Caleb the other day. He was all like, but he's younger. Caleb's like 20. He was like, "Bro, everybody knows me. Knows like I was in Wayne Hills for fuck, dog, longer than Cuz alive. You understand what I'm saying? Like I was in Wayne Hills from 8 years old to 23, 24. Like I was in Wayne Hills.
That's a long stint.
Yeah, and bro, tell me why he was all like, I didn't ever see you up in Wayne Hills. I said, but he wasn't alive when I was in Wayne Hills. You understand what I'm saying? I was up there finger banging bitches at 8 years old, bro. You was literally still inside your fucking mother. You know what I mean? But
what year? How old are you?
I'm 27. I was born in 96. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was you trying to steal my dirt bike.
Yeah,
I was on the East End. I never fucked with the East End. I thought them motherfuckers were like dirty as fuck.
Right.
But
So
now I live down there, so I gotta kind of try to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I grew up on the East End, and they was dirty as
They
fuck.
still are dirty as fuck.
I mean, I lived in Wayne Hills for a very
Wayne Hills ain't that bad,
multiple
though.
years. But when I lived there, I'm 43, very racial, white and black, very racial. Fights every day.
Yeah.
It was
East End?
over nothing.
We was the only black family on the East End.
Well, this
was
is
in
what
fights every
Wayne.
day.
Yeah, Wayne Hills,
Up in
same
Hills,
way.
though, well, Wayne Hills is where all the white people was when I was a kid. We had there was 3 black families in Wayne Hills when I was a kid.
Right.
But all the black people stayed down the ville. And it's still kind of like that, which I think that like the out-of-towner black people that come down here to live, a lot of them live in Wayne Hills now. But whenever I was a kid, though, you had like you, the Pinos, Lil BG.
Trace.
Yeah, Trace and Elizabeth.
Just Trace.
Yeah, well, Trace.
Well,
they're
Elizabeth's-
kids.
Elizabeth something. Man.
She's Mexican, but yeah, even those we didn't have those up there. We hated. I still hate those. You know what I mean? Like,
No, so
Listen,
yeah.
they gotta get this shit out. We gotta be careful.
When I lived in Wayne Hills, Farley Square, you didn't go in Farley Square.
yeah,
It was opposite.
I
Now,
lived down there
Farley
while you
Square
was
is
down there.
really nice right now. Like it's super nice. I mean, I'm building a coffee shop right there, like 300
Is that you?
feet. Yeah, at the 52 Brew.
that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
so what? You're just like rich as fuck or something?
No, I just. I mean,
He's an
I'm,
entrepreneur.
dude, I was homeless in 2004.
I'm homeless now, buddy.
No, like homeless. You know what I mean? Like nobody wanted me. After cancer, and I had a problem. I had to figure out what was going on in life. Just bouncing around, like literally trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I just started.
See, it seems like you both got a lot of shit going on. Yeah, bro. I mean,
How'd
fuck.
you guys link up?
Well, I mean, my background. I have an electromechanical engineering degree, and I do
None
my
of
job.
us know what the fuck
Yeah,
that is.
yeah. So my job's federal, and we can't mention what I do because of just.
You're a hitman.
I keep
You're a hitman.
I call it church and state. I keep everything separate because, I have a whole pipe and bone company, ceramic pipe dreams right here. It's like a.
So now you're starting to see.
So I
how-
can't. I keep.
Also, do you sponsor his shit? Like, does he buy off you?
No. Well, no. He's not allowed.
yet.
Not allowed because of medical. They're not allowed having products like
Right.
that in their store.
Because it's not an open
As of-
flame,
as of now.
combustion with
Yeah.
but with the rec laws, I mean, it's there. You can have combustions, you can have pre-rolls, but right now
we'll get
with
into
the
it right here.
with the operating.
You guys can get go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Well, with the right now though, it's all still medical, and I have to run it as medical, so it's only vaporization that's allowed, or
Oh, so you don't even sell weed?
we sell weed, we sell flour, but it has to be through vaporized.
The way-
It's
the way it's used,
they have a ceramic way to vaporize off the THC from.
So you could,
from
but
the weed.
you're giving somebody the flower. You don't know what they're going to do with it when they.
I don't know. I mean,
But that's
but
just
I
the-
got
that's
to
just
come.
the
I got.
understanding.
I
You gotta
don't.
tell them
I
to
got-
vaporize
yeah,
it.
I got
They're
to tell
gonna
them
put
to
it-
vaporize it. I got to make
Okay.
sure that they
I
have a
didn't know that.
device, and so I can't. We sell a lot of gummies, and we sell a lot of disposable pens.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, a lot of or even like the 510 cards
You
or
get
the
the
luster
glows?
ball. The glows? No.
I'm just talking shit. The glow carts, bro. That's what everybody used to love back in the day. I heard all of them are fake now. Well, all of them are fake now.
They're just putting weird shit in them. They taste.
Yeah, back in the day, the glow
Yeah.
carts were the shit back in the day.
So,
I lived in over a year.
yeah. So I make tobacco pipes.
Yeah.
You got to be
tobacco
21. I'm a
pipes.
tobacco pipe business basically.
You got to deal with
right now.
grannies?
Huh?
You deal with grannies and them?
I don't deal with nobody. I do my
got
own.
your own
Yeah,
shit.
there's no reason to give people 40%, or 45-50% of my
But you,
profit. You
you
know,
sell to them companies like that though?
no, because they want wholesale.
You got a huge following on social media too, right?
Pretty decent, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dab and Granny. You guys know who Dab and Granny is? Oh my God. Well,
We're not in the weed shit.
well,
Yeah, yeah.
We're not junkies.
That's not.
yeah.
we'll get him. We'll get him past thinking weed people are junkies before too long. Hey, you're the problem, man.
Hey, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I voted against y'all. No, I'm just
So no, but
I'm just talking shit.
you know, I network through ceramics. Like my background is engineering, and my story kind of starts. I'm 5 years into art. I make art. Like I was up till 4 in the morning last night making, playing with stuff.
I think I see you do the pottery show.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Facebook.
I teach ceramics. I teach people how to make pipes and bongs. I actually have, you can come to my house and make pottery on the wheel. I have 11 pottery wheels.
I want to do that so bad.
Yeah, come on out. Well, you guys can podcast at the pottery house.
I legitimately want to make.
And I could probably get some
bowl or
people-
Do
something.
some shit like that.
I could probably get some
That'd be
legit
cool.
people there to talk to, during that too. That whole thing. But so I got a funny story. I raised a daughter by myself. I've had my daughter for 11 years now. Pretty much sole provider.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, everybody says that, but I don't think it's hard. And
I got 2 daughters. I have 5
I'm
days
just
a
a parent. I'm just a parent. They're like, "How do you do it?" I'm like, "I'm just doing.
Yeah.
I'm just a
It's
parent."
easy
No, I
to
just
love.
say congratulations on getting
Oh,
it to
well,
yourself.
but you
Right.
but you
Well,
love
I do-
your
I'm just
kids.
talking shit. Yeah, no. I raised, so I got both my daughters 5 days a week. I got them Sunday to Fridays. And yeah, people tell me all the time, like I hear people like, congratulations, and so like, well, someone has to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I just hate when people just act like it's a big deal to be a parent. You know what I mean?
No, I need a dad to be a parent.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I meant.
yeah.
Like as a dad,
Well, no,
congratulations
well, just-
that you were
Right,
able
But
to
still,
right,
see what I'm
right.
saying? Like, I still don't even feel like that, bro. I feel like
You didn't have to go through the legal system though,
I had to go to court. All that. What do you mean?
but not like
I mean, she couldn't fight it. Yeah.
right. That's what I'm saying. It was a little different.
But I still went to court.
Right. So, but when I'm the kind of we planned my daughter. So when I plan to have a kid, I've made that decision. I'm gonna take care of my kid the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I started at 3 with her, and like she's such a good kid. Like she's on me now for dirty in the house and stuff. And like I'm like, leave me alone. Like I feel like I'm the kid now. But I've created a good kid.
Yeah.
I've guided her the right way. Like when we're out to eat, like I'm business. I'm numbers and money. I'll have her pull up her calculator and run all my numbers. I'm like, here's what because I make the old I make everything. The old ceramic Christmas trees you ever seen with the lights your grandma had or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I have probably 70 some of those vintage molds. I can make that exact
Hey, pull your
Christmas
mic
tree.
a little bit closer.
I'll come over. So yeah,
Okay.
so I make those exact Christmas trees. So I let her, and this is part of raising her, and I want her to be an entrepreneur. She runs all my numbers. I'm like, get your calculator. I was like, here's what we pay for this. Here's what I got in this. Like, I don't want to get into the numbers too bad, but there's very good profits in ceramics.
Yeah.
So and I got started because my daughter, doing little activities with her. We were building clay in the kitchen. Building little sculptures with stuff you buy. Like I think Pat Catan's was here then.
Yeah.
5 years ago, and we made this stuff, and the next morning we come in there, it was all in pieces, just fell everywhere. What we didn't know, and you seen a creek bed, or however you guys say it. Yeah, I said both
I
just
say
to cover
creek.
it. Well, it dries and cracks all over the place because it dries too fast. So I was like, oh man. So I signed her up for a hand building ceramic class in Louisville, Kentucky, real studio, and we were there. I seen these pottery wheels. And I really never seen a pottery wheel, but I knew what they were. And I was just like, man, can we do that? Because I'm here. I'm like, let's just do it. This looks fun. Kind of like, you want to do it.
I do.
And they're like, no, we don't have an instructor. You didn't pay for that. But by time, when I want something, I'm gonna get it. We're gonna go get it. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna end up at the end goal. And so at the end of the day, I paid him. Said, can we just do it without an instructor? I'll pay you full price. I don't give a crap. Let's just play. We went over and started playing on pottery wheels, and it was just like that night at the hotel. We was on our way to Tennessee, actually. I bought a pottery wheel that night. It's like crack. It was like my crack, and it still is. It's like I tell some old ladies that sometimes, like, it's like my crack, and they're just like, these old ladies stare at me like
what?
But no, I live and breathe when you guys were asking me about certain TV or people or people who this is, like if my TV's on, ceramics are on my TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now I'm building master molds, like the molds that make the molds. I mean, create my own stuff right now, and it's a crazy business, man. But yeah,
You
But
brought us
how
you
it
brought
led
some
to
stuff for
us meeting is we had a mutual. That's what
Oh,
he
yeah.
originally asked was how it led to us meeting. I needed help. I was scouring. I've been looking, just talking to people on the internet, asking for help. I came across a friend. I don't know if she wants us to name her name.
Katie, you say Katie?
Yeah, Katie. And I was talking to her. I was like, man, I need help with art. It looks like you're really into art. I'm trying to get more culture in here. And we had another friend that was, in Carrie.
Carrie, yeah, Carrie C. Graves. Yep.
And she's
Amazing painter,
amazing
amazing
painter.
painter, yeah.
And she's like, kind of got an idea where I was heading. And she's like, I got a guy you need to meet. And because of the pottery that he had a big following, and I wanted him to do like just a demo. I didn't know he was going to be so much more of a help in business.
Yeah.
And
He goes after it.
yeah.
Well, and now I end up being basically half festival owner, I guess you would say.
well, I mean, you and Matt, it's that's still being.
Yeah,
all
we're trying to figure
figured
it out. But Matt Kelly is he's the
running
lead,
and
then
there's
I'm
a nonprofit group too
Right.
that's involved. So there's a lot of community there, with them. But we're on our way.
yeah. So basically, they drug me in to help,
Yeah, and he's
and
organized.
I go right in. You know what I mean? Like,
How long you guys been friends now?
oh man, what? Hey,
a week.
no, yeah, like this has happened quick.
It's
Oh, so you guys just have like.
This has
clicked up
happened
recently?
quick.
yeah,
yeah,
recently,
yeah.
just in a few last weeks. I mean, it was the
You
festival.
guys
that
seem
we-
like you guys know each other better than just a couple
Shit.
weeks.
Well, that's where we're gonna do. That's where we're gonna do
Business, though,
bigger.
Like,
yeah,
there's a business behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see
I think
it.
it's a common bond, and that's what we're starting to see.
They talk good off each
They
other.
do.
Though. That's
You're
what I
right.
was, That's why
Yeah.
I think you guys knew each other for a while. Me and this motherfucker, we've known each other for since I was like 8.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
we got really good friends whenever I was like 14, 15.
No, you when you meet people, that are
There's a
like
common-
mine. Yeah, you just
Some
can
clicks,
do it. Yeah.
clicks.
Like there was Sarah Gwynn was at dinner with us the other day.
Yeah.
She's like, oh boy, I can see where this is going. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
she started making fun, calling her bromance or something.
I'm like,
I
I was like, no, I was
Hey,
like,
You guys need to age class.
He made us sound gay. If you
hey,
You
hey.
guys have known each other for 2 weeks already. Fucking
Well, I didn't
finishing
say.
each other's sentences and
I,
shit.
I,
You know what I mean?
I stopped her and I told her he has a crush.
Oh shit! I don't.
You guys will have to
Whatever,
age class
man.
something together.
I just want to get something fucking done. Things
Yeah,
change.
we're gonna-
keep pressing forward.
I think that's what it all is. I feel like we got a hard time fucking with people because it's like, we got a vision. The vision that I have for what I want to do, because I just don't only want to do podcasts. I want to do like different videos. I like doing wild ass shit. I'm a funny ass person. Like we got all kinds of different videos that we do, a bunch of different video ideas that we want to do. My end game goal for myself is just a party. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a fucking party.
Enjoy your life.
And then have the cameras on you, because you see like the big time streamers and shit. They got all them cameras on them while they're partying out at the casinos or just doing wild shit. That's what I want to do, because dog, I'm fucking wild. But you know what I mean, understand that we gotta work our way to that type of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So you want to do like kind of air your life?
Yeah.
I mean,
because my life is fucking
reality TV.
Yeah, my life is crazy.
So
Like, I do hella shit like traveling something I do, which I don't think I've been on vacation this year. The past 3-4 years, I think I've been on like a vacation like 8-9 times a year.
Yeah.
I love traveling. I live a pretty okay life. Now it's not okay. My life sucks now.
So that end game you want, like my advice would be to every day, and I'll just give myself an example. I mean, I wear people out. If I ain't telling you about this company or Mike Mustain Pottery or the 52 Brew, the coffee shop, or I own
That's been
I
key
pretty
for
much
me.
own my whole street too. I have 17
Yeah.
properties right now. If I'm not telling you somebody, I mean, I tell strangers at Walmart, yeah, I make pottery, and then sometimes people just like look at me like I'm stupid, or they're just like, that's great, but
you got to promote yourself.
Yeah.
yeah,
And-
if you ain't
and
telling, ain't
yeah.
telling 5 people a day what you do or what you want to do, you're not getting there. It ain't gonna happen by itself.
And that
So I got a question
yeah.
for you, because I'm an entrepreneur too. How did you obtain capital to do all this?
Yeah, I can actually. Well, 2012, I got divorced. That's when we separated. We had 2 homes. I was building a house, a big, huge house beside our other house. So there's one house in between us. So this house is free and clear. but I went to college and was working then, but I didn't make a lot of money then. Just started in my job. Basically got divorced and had this house right here, and sold that house and didn't get a lot of money, and just started flipping the money. Yeah, I think I drew, and this is
So you
like,
did all this from your 9 to 5.
yeah, but no, well, I started off with I think I pulled like $4,000 out of my 401k, because that's all I had left. I gave her, I left everything. I left with a little red S10, my tools, because I've always I built my houses and stuff. And my daughter, pretty much. And just, you could take everything I have right now again, and we will do it again. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? Like, I have that mentality, and I know it can be done. It's like a lot of people so many people, like reading those laws and the stuff he was talking about, they defeat themselves before they even start. The fear of failure kills them.
And I ran
kills
into
them.
that multiple times myself.
And I do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it
Yeah.
too. Sometimes I'm just like, oh man, but you just got to keep going.
So
And
you didn't take any loans. You didn't.
no.
So it's all about.
I mean, I do
mentality.
now. Yeah, you definitely now you use other people's money.
Well, that's
Do
what
not use your
that's
money.
what I
Yeah,
was getting at.
yeah. No, I started like right now. I mean, I'm all cash at the coffee shop right now.
Really.
But my plan is to get that one done. In about a year once I show the profits, because I mean I already know the profit projections and the profit margins of coffees. It's ridiculous. It's about 75-80% profit.
Well,
I'm going to refinance. You refinance that one. You go to the next.
We're
You
trying
go
to
to the
come out with our
next.
own coffee.
Are you for real or no?
we'll have it
sure
at
do.
your shop.
Yeah.
We'll have it at a few other shops around here. But
Yeah.
there's so many coffee shops here. I didn't know that was you.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, you got Tim Hortons right down the road.
Right.
You got coffee at the Lofts. Where else is good? You got
Mi-
Starbucks.
mini
and
cakes.
Kroger.
Mini cakes just came
Mini
in town.
cake. Like,
Which
all
they're-
these coffee
they're-
shops. Why is coffee the thing?
Right
Like,
now, mini cakes is doing. They're my favorite right now. Coffee's just it's just a I don't even want to say it's a fad. It's a
Because
thing.
a lot of people drink coffee.
Well, but
But
here's
I
the
just
thing,
feel
like,
that would be the last business that I would try to put right.
well,
now.
Cake just
you
opened up a coffee shop in Cleveland.
but
Yeah,
listen,
but
but
we
here,
have a lot of coffee.
but hear me out. You
around here.
named all the coffee shops, but here's the issues, and this is where I got involved. And ceramics got me into the coffee business. I flew to Oregon to do pottery with people. I flew to Hawaii to do pottery. Go to North Carolina. Networking for that. So I was in Oregon, and I seen all these little huts, like in the parking lots. I was like, "What are these little buildings?" They're like coffee shops. Look at me like, you don't have those. I was like, we don't have those. So you named all the coffee shops. Tim Hortons, for franchise, they do. I guess I could say their numbers. I'm pretty sure it's like 3.4 million gross a year right there in that corner.
At least. Yeah.
Terrible location, bottleneck, because
I hate
because
it.
the red light.
I won't go there.
Hey, terrible coffee. And so then you have the Lofts, great coffee, great atmosphere, no drive-through,
No, not a good location.
but it's a vibe.
Yeah.
So you're going to Tim Hortons to try to be quick, which never happens.
It's a trendy kind
Yeah.
of thing.
So the Lofts coffee is that vibe and that peace and that atmosphere. I mean, now they sell alcohol and like all these other good foods and cheese. Like you can go in there and have a good time. So there's so many different avenues. Starbucks, got to walk in Kroger's. So my point of view was like, it's a thing. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop, and I don't think you can never have enough of what's going on because that's your competition that makes you better. So my focus is, I don't know if you guys really follow what the coffee shop's got to do. I didn't really come on here to talk about that, but there's no inside. We're drive-through. We're going fast with quality, all the espresso drinks, and we want to get people through. There's no, we're not cooking food. We will have things there though, like yogurt bowls and donuts from other local places. They can get there, something there that can sustain for a week or so, and have a little bit of food, but nothing. We're not worried about that. I want to get people through, get their quality drink, and get them to work.
What's your projection on when this place will be open?
Well, I was doing real good, but then I had a stomach issue. I had a complete bowel obstruction recently. Yeah.
You guys have been through it.
Yeah.
Me
But
and this guy
hey,
eat like shit. We're fucking drinking all the time. We're not living healthy lives. And we ain't never had nothing wrong with either one of
you
us.
need a major element in life. Maybe that'll boom business.
Maybe that's what it'll take.
But yeah, you could.
No, I mean
yeah,
that's
you
what
gotta
good for
drive,
me.
yeah.
It's just a tragedy.
Right.
Tragedy brings.
Right. Oh, wait. When I had cancer, I literally. They finally told me, they're like, listen, you got to quit doing that, because all the other stuff that I was talking about earlier went along with that. They's like, you have to get a bone marrow transplant. I was like,
What the?
yeah, this is 2
Who
years
cares
in.
that in their life?
This is 2 years in, and I finally agreed to it. And I stayed at the hospital 70 days.
Damn.
And I signed papers. This was in 2004, experimental This was experimental in 2004. Signed papers, 7% chance of living. They said they wanted me to go to the sperm bank, or and get. I was like, I was 21. I was like, I don't want to have a kid. Like, you don't think about stuff like that, especially when you're.
Yeah.
So I was living for my family, honestly, And I will say, though, all the drugs they had me on, Oxycontin and stuff like that, I will say that kept me numb to the fact of like I could die. Yeah,
That's when it's medication.
Right.
That's when it's treating. Because there are those times when I crashed and I ate that damn hill. I needed medicine. I needed that Dilaudid. It kept me going. Without that, I wouldn't.
Right.
Be able to bear the
that
pain.
numbness.
Well, I'm not even saying like a physical numbness. It's just like it kept you just like
Normal.
yeah. So it kind of kept me. I'm like, it was my family was probably hurt worse than anybody in the whole thing. But so yeah, beat the bone marrow, beat 7% chance. They took my blood. Bone marrow is blood. Mm-hmm. They actually killed me off in the hospital. I mean, I was taking like 140 some chemo pills a day. Like, I mean, my hair, my toenails and fingernails died. Everything, they fell off. Yeah, like they killed me off, basically, to get down as low as I could with no cancer.
Right.
And they put a big old needle in my arm here. Not your normal needle. I mean, it's like a piercing needle. I think it was like a 14 gauge needle to get blood cells out. Took a bunch of blood out, put it in a machine, apheresis. They cycled it, spun it, separated it, and then used stem cells to grow new blood and put it back into me. Back then, yeah.
That's crazy that you guys I don't. Like, that's a whole fucking podcast.
All right. Yeah.
What you guys have been through.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know what I'd do.
So back to the ceramics. You guys were talking about the tobacco pipes. I got. I know y'all don't smoke, but we'll let Ricky open them. You guys can,
Here, Greg, you open them because I'm smoking.
I just shook this beer up, so I'll open them.
So yeah, can you see him? Can you see him? No, I mean it's a little bit of everything. Be careful with the one on top, because he's. This is one of my.
One at a time, yeah.
And I'll get into a little bit how these are made too. We'll plug the ceramic business a little bit.
So this is actually something that you made.
So I got a buddy.
You made it.
This is made by me, but I got a buddy that So that's a pipe.
Is that
That's my moon. That's my moon. That's my moon man.
Yeah, it's a.
It's astronaut guy though. And
It's like a fucking trophy you get at the.
And you smoke
VMAs.
weed out of that?
I'm showing the backside of it. Yeah, you flip it up. That's the bowl. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
So-
taking those home.
No,
can
you
have
ain't
those?
getting those.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
That's a big seller.
I'm gonna sell it.
No, it's gonna sit right here. It needs it.
20,000, bro.
It needs to sit right here.
Yeah, this
20,000
here.
So that's actually 22 karat gold on there too. His face shield. That's real gold on the face shield. But my buddy Dan, he 3D prints and makes these are made from molds, like the old school molds we were talking about earlier, Christmas trees.
Yeah.
He 3D prints and his piece is making the molds. Then I produce the product.
That's super dope.
So that's one of my top sellers, the Moon Man.
How much you selling for?
I try to stay low like that right there, with the $60.
That's cheap.
And-
That's
hey,
super
cheap.
cheap.
American gold in it,
American
too.
made, 22 karat gold, and
I'd up that to 75.
but here's the thing. Well, I do on the internet, but here local, with the
Is that
dim.
an ashtray?
Yeah, that's. Hey, look at the little.
So ashtray
Can you,
got the
can you identify the symbol on top?
Billionaire Boys Club,
What?
or is that the Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Bro,
So we
I
throw
was seeing B's. I
we
never
throw
know.
all kinds of things on whatever. I'll throw a pot leaf on there. So that's a vintage ashtray from back in like the 70s, some old, and we just throw we make our.
So it's an ashtray or pipe?
It's an
It's an
ashtray.
ashtray.
It's an
Oh, I
ashtray.
need that.
That's
motherfucker.
cool.
Yeah, I knew.
Throw
I
this
knew.
one away, 'cause
I knew
this
you
one's
smoked.
bright.
Yeah, throw that junk away.
Yeah,
I knew
we'll
you
get rid of
smoked.
that. You can use
Yeah.
this from now on.
Put it
since
up here right now. I'll
you're
use it
still-
right now.
Since you're still a smoker.
Break that motherfucker in right now.
You got a couple of
Hey,
cards.
it's funny though. I got
That's
some
cool.
I got some girls. We did a promotion. Well, I'll get to that story here in a minute, but I'll let you see that.
Oh,
That's for you to drink beer out
this
of.
is me, bro. She's thick.
Hey, now you can drink out of it.
I can drink out of
It's
it.
dishwasher, food safe,
Don't
microwave.
even
Yeah.
touch it, bro. Like literally, don't even come near
Hey,
it.
so that's literally a mold I found from in the '80s, and it said it said the perfect woman on it.
The
It's
perfect,
the perfect woman.
Perfect woman, no mouth,
ass.
no mouth, everything you
Yeah.
need.
So that's
Right here.
So we got Ricky and Ashtray,
Oh.
and you can drink beer out of that, and then the Moon Man can be like your little staple over there.
The Moon Man's dope.
Yeah,
I like
these
the
are-
ashtray. I
These
like
are
that
little
too.
titties too, though. This is
Yeah.
Kelly. This is my fiance's name's Kelly. Kelly got the ass and them little titties. This,
Shout out Kelly. We need some
Hey,
we need some
babe, I'm
I need,
sorry.
I need some pictures. And then-
Chill, bro.
Chill down.
You're gonna tell the story. We gotta see a face.
You get flat out.
She's beautiful.
So
That's even what her calves look like.
he's in awe. So
Nice.
you can drink beer out
I
of
gotta go
Kelly.
home.
You can drink
Yeah,
beer.
he's-
You can
he's already
drink.
working up a.
You can drink beer out of Kelly now, bro.
Oh, you know she's gonna love that. I'm gonna
He's
tell
going.
her.
You gonna try it right now?
Throw that.
Go ahead.
Uh,
So as of right now, that pipe right there,
Very
that's,
cool,
that's,
man.
that's a tobacco
yeah, thank
pipe.
you for these, bro.
Oh, no problem.
That's a good gift for all
Yeah,
of
people come on and bring us gifts, and I feel bad that we can't give you nothing.
You're good. You're good. You can. You just don't. You just don't want to.
Give him a hand.
Hey, Jeremy.
It's a handy,
Hey,
bro.
you hear me, Ricky? I said you can. You just
He'll
don't.
give
You
you
just
a
don't want to. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, you got softer hands than me.
us. I do have soft hands.
He's-
I've been a mechanic for years.
He is an entrepreneur. I mean, we like that.
This is literally Kelly, man.
Oh, so I got this.
gotta
one
get
too.
outta
This,
here.
hey, this is one of my. This is one of my favorite ones right here. This is a pipe right here too.
Yeah, the Xanax.
What the
If
fuck
you
is
can
that?
Identify that.
This is Xanax.
His
It
dad used to
says
be on
that.
those.
My dad used to give me these.
The bars, the 2 milligram bars.
Yeah,
So wait, that's a pipe too.
That's a pipe.
You made
Why do
these?
you have them? Why do you have a pipe on you?
Well, to show off to you guys and like.
Oh,
proof.
okay.
But he
Yeah.
sells pipes.
Yeah, it's-
That's
Oh,
what
okay,
his
yeah.
business is.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
just-
that's what
it's
he
like,
does.
hey, if you ain't talking about your business, it's not going to excel, Ricky.
I was just wondering. I was like, if you don't,
You educated me a lot today.
yeah, if you don't smoke, that's how. It's just
Yeah, so and then I got a lot of friends in recovery, and they love that one. I make them solid. I fill the holes in them for like I make huge ones for paperweights.
So what is this like? How do you make this?
It's we 3D print the
3D
image.
printer?
3D print the image, and then you make a plaster mold of that image, and then you cast ceramics in it. Yeah,
Okay.
and you glaze it. Like so that there's a process.
I mean, I don't support drug use, but I think it's
Keep
dope.
it in.
Oh, okay.
Surely, hey,
I know somebody that'll like this.
There you go. Hey, look, he's like, I want it right now. You can. I mean, these are gifts. Hey,
I know somebody.
hey, but
that'll
here's
like
the thing. Just tell them where it came from.
it. Yeah.
Tell
Go
them
ahead
where it
and
came
plug,
from.
go ahead and plug
Pipe
that
dreams.
shit.
Yeah, ceramic pipe dreams.
Ceramic
Instagram.
pipe dreams.
You say, hey, here you go. Get the big big logo.
Ceramic pipe dreams. On
So we
IG.
So we do things legit. I mean, I hand make stuff too. So there's a difference between mold ceramics and actually hand making.
Yeah.
And the other day I was talking about Dab and Granny. We gotta let you guys see Dab and Granny. She's like in her 70s, and she was on Instagram, and she just sits there and like talks about life and like how great, just like it's she has an awesome show. You guys will love her.
I love old women.
But hey, she sits there and hammers dabs and drinks beer the whole time. Like
That'd
she
make me
kills
even
people.
happier.
Kills people.
I love her.
1.4 million followers.
Yeah.
And like she's not in it for the money. She just enjoys doing what she's doing. And we're working right now where me and her go live, and like when I go live with her, it's crazy. Like she'll wear my clothes, she'll smoke out of my products and stuff. And those posts right there, like 250,000 people. I mean, watching instantly. Free advertisement. And
Yeah.
I'll make a bong on the pottery wheel while we're all doing our thing and shit like that. So it's networking, man.
So, do you make hella money off that shit right there?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I like how he's just like, yeah.
How long you been doing it?
5 years. That's what I'm saying. Like from that day in the kitchen when that piece fell apart and I paid on a pottery wheel that day, it was like it was done. I mean, then I do big. I got stuff in the Southern High Museum right now in a contest. Big old huge octopus sculpture with a skull. I do all kinds of. I like hand making sculpture with my ideas. The Columbus Arts Festival. It's coming up here in June. We'll be up there demoing. We get our own sponsored booth, and Columbus Clay Company pays for all of our clay, gives us T-shirts to promote them. Sponsorships. So, I mean, last year we made a 6-foot vase. Like you're talking like a huge vase.
6 foot.
I mean, you're talking big money. And we get paid to play.
You guys have figured this shit out. This having these guys on might have helped us out a lot. I feel like we'll retain a lot of this and be like, yo, if they can fucking do it, why can't we?
Well, here's the thing. Hey, it's equal too. We'll learn. It's learning from you guys too. Yeah. I will never sit just because you say that about us and think we're got our stuff together.
Well, it takes us all.
But no, you got pieces of the
said
puzzle.
you have a podcast too.
So I like being
You
around
have a
motherfuckers that do
podcast
shit.
too, yeah.
You know what I mean? I like being around motherfuckers that do shit because down here it's like a black hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you're
it
around
is.
a bunch of motherfuckers that don't do nothing. Whenever people are unmotivated, you're unmotivated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
'Cause I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was thinking like I wasn't. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I come in here thinking like I just
Didn't know.
I didn't know how this was gonna play out just talking about weed. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was thinking, like, oh, what really? How much is there really talk about weed? And then we just got into so much different shit. And I
Right.
like that type of shit because it makes you brainstorm, start making you think. Because I love making money. You know what I mean?
That's what
I
we-
don't ever want to
yeah.
work. I want to work for myself. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what we've been figuring out. We're just ahead of you. I'm 46, so I got a lot more years than you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you got 10 years on me, buddy.
Yeah.
I put some.
You got 20 years on me.
Yeah.
I put some serious years in.
I look younger.
I put some serious years in all sides of the world too. You know what I mean? Like the corporate, the back in the day stuff before I got my life together. So I mean, like I've been, and I use those old skills from back then in like corporate. Like I'll get flown across the United States to participate in meetings for my job and like present and stuff. And I still use some of those mentality and tactics like I learned back in the day. You know what I mean? But in a different piece. So it's like we all can learn from each other. I mean. Yeah, if you ain't taking something for somebody, something's wrong with you.
Exactly.
You're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
No, you got the wrong mindset.
That's
Because everybody in this room has something I need or I can use. Guarantee it.
That's how I feel. But like I said, that's why. So I used to hang out with like a bunch of motherfuckers. I used to always have like people around me and shit. I quit doing that because I was like around people that just didn't want nothing out of life. So I've gotten to the point the last couple of months. That's another reason why I quit drinking. Because when I'm drinking, I'm hanging out with a bunch of motherfuckers that are doing nothing with their life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm the only
You
one
become
there
what
striving.
you're around.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm the only one there
Yeah.
trying to strive to do anything. You know what I mean? And here recently, like I said, I don't fuck with nobody. I don't kick it with nobody. And
Well, thanks for kicking it with us.
yeah. I mean, it gets to a point that, like, we don't want no one on here because motherfuckers just want to come on here and just, you know what I mean? Just make it about themselves.
Right.
And, you know what I
Right.
mean? We're not getting nothing from that and shit, which, I mean, I guess is cool for some people, but that's not something that I want to do. I just don't want to just only,
Promote and stuff.
you
you want
promote people's shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
We got something that we're trying to build too. You know what I mean? And if you're
You
just
need
on here just
interesting
talking about your own
content.
shit, and you guys come on today with a story, bro. I've had a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Us too.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
Yeah, like I said, I like hearing interesting stuff. Y'all come in today being interesting. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit. Like, we was just doing like people that made music, and it was like you was hearing the same story over, and over and over. Like, yeah, we all grew up broke. Yeah, you guys are rapping now. You know what I mean? It was just the same shit we was doing.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, man, this shit's kind of sucking. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to get away from that. We got away from it now, though. Like,
Little breath of fresh air.
fresh air, yeah. Because, I mean, like I said, I've had a good time talking, bro. Goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. You're a product of your environment.
Yeah.
If you lay around, be lazy with a bunch of people laying around, be lazy. And I get asked all the time, like, Mike, how do you do all that? I mean, because I really only sleep like 3 or 4 hours a night. They're like, how do you do all that? I was like, first thing you do is don't go home and sit on your couch, turn your TV on, do something. I was like, get off the couch, you know. And then I've always I make my bed like in the morning, like that little routine, like make those little things like that.
I listen to Jordan Peterson a lot, and that's one of them things where it's like I gotta start doing that. But usually when I get up, my fiance's still laying in bed, so it's like I can't just make the bed. But I get up and I do dishes and laundry and shit like that. You know what I mean? Whatever. So, but no, I feel that because like today I was supposed to go and refill my vending machines and I didn't. I just fucking scrolled and listened to podcasts and shit like that. And it's like I have those days every once in a while.
Sure.
And it's like,
But you just lost money. You just lost money.
Yeah, exactly. All day I'm thinking about I needed to refill at least a couple of them. You know what I mean? It's like all day it's been bothering me.
So what do you do? Let's hear about that. I want to hear about. Hear
Well,
about that.
I mean, I have a job.
Because I got a buddy that does vending too.
Yeah?
Pretty big. Yeah. He does. He has all the touch tunes you see around here, all the machines and stuff like that, music machines and stuff. I don't know if he wants to be Brandon Atkins.
Yeah, Big Mike's dad. Yeah.
He's dumping off of ATM and a punching. We're gonna have the big punching machine there at the event too.
Yeah, I know Mike, and I don't really know his dad. I saw his dad a couple. He has ATMs.
Yeah, I know his dad too. But,
You should think about getting them on there. The Atkins boys. We grew up right there over here in New Boston. We grew
Yeah,
up.
I like
grew up
Mike.
there.
I don't know his dad at all.
Dead
but
poor. Hey, rough. Rough. Like the Den. I'll tell one story. I won't get into it too much. My friend Jerry. You guys been in the Den yet?
yeah. I mean, I ain't never been in there.
I mean, we grew up like right there, like those two streets. So it's kind of weird that he come back from, went to Columbus and became successful. I remember when we were kids, he would be in the backyard. He would be growing basically producing night crawlers. You know how you can lay stuff out and get them to grow and selling night crawlers because they were dirt poor.
Yeah.
Like dirt poor. And now like he's a businessman. those two would be really good to talk to also. Yeah, for sure.
I like hearing about that type of shit, about like people that like really come from nothing and then made something successful. Because I do this a lot. I've been doing it a lot lately. Because like I've always been like the youngest one out of my friend group, and I'm starting to get old now. You know what I mean? And now it's like, fuck, bro, I'm really like not where I want to be in life. I used to have a lot of money, and now I don't. You know what I mean? So now it's like, fuck, bro, this shit actually sucks.
How do you find that new pathway? How do you find? Is that what you're saying?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
Well, that new way to get back on top. You know,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
You're looking for a new venture, a new
I mean, I
focus.
want it to be in what we're doing, but it's all about like who you know, the connects you got, and just expanding. You know what I mean? It's all about expanding for real.
and working.
Yeah, and just working harder.
Working
And
harder.
that's something that we don't do. We don't work harder.
Network, and get on the road. Get on the road.
I got fucked up a lot. I had to get a job financially. So
He's
I
like,
worked,
God, I had to get a job.
yeah. Well, I mean, before I had my own business and shit, but
Yeah.
my business failed. But my vending business is still going strong, and it's been going strong for some years now. I keep adding more machines and adding more locations and whatever. But yeah, I was like, financially, I just got to get a job. So it takes up it. I only work like 30 hours a week, but it still takes up. You know what I mean?
A lot
Like
of
you got to
time,
get
yeah.
ready for work. You got to, you know what I mean, do all that. So I don't like having to have a job, but right now it's a temporary
It's necessary,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a,
And it was to that point for me not too long ago. I was like, fuck, because I used to have like a food truck and shit. You know what I mean? So like I've done a lot of shit too. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, like it got to that point with me. I was like, fuck, bro. I'm gonna have to get a job. Robert was like wanting me to go up and apply at Harley at Black Sheep Motor Brothers at Tech up there, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to go apply. You know what I mean? Because fuck, my life sucks right now. And then I got out of the rut a little bit, so I mean I'm doing a little bit better. But
yeah, a lot of it's mental.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to mentally get there.
Well, I think now with not drinking, but see, now that I don't drink, I game a lot. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's a more productive hobby.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's,
I can
that's a
stream,
better coping mechanism.
Yeah,
You know?
and I can stream all that shit.
but it can still be a
Yeah,
lot of time.
and-
A lot of
Yeah,
time.
it fucks with a lot of my time. Like usually I'll get home because, like I said, I got my kids 5 days a week, and we're not out. You know what I mean? I'm a dad, but I'm not like an active dad. Like out,
Right.
like doing all this little fucking taking you to the park, fucking. You know what I mean? I'm not doing all that shit, which I mean I probably should a lot more. You mean?
Don't beat yourself up, brother.
Yeah,
it's-
Don't beat yourself up too, man.
How old are you again?
Yeah, I'm 27.
Yeah, I mean, like that's when I graduated college.
Yeah.
I was late. I was a late, bloomer because all those other things in life. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that's my problem. Which, like I said, I mean, I think I'm gonna get back to where I need to be. It's just like right now, like recently, just now, stopped drinking and shit because like whenever I drink, I go super hard. Like I party super fucking hard, so I don't recover it the next day like a normal motherfucker
Right, you're
does.
wasting a day.
Yeah, I fucking like I didn't get better until didn't feel better until about 4 or 5 this morning.
Wait till you get about 40 and try that.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I used to not get hangovers, now I get them like crazy. And so like if I drink on like a Friday or a Saturday, that whole next day I'm just fucked. You know what I mean? Can't,
Yeah,
literally don't do nothing. I'm talking about I can't even get up and shower. You know what I mean? It's so bad. And shit. You know what I mean?
But you got the desire. I can see it in you. You got a fire, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
I usually do. Like I said, just here the past couple of months, I have it not as well as I should, and I feel like I need to get back to it because, like I said, now I'm to the point of where we only shoot videos 1 day a week. The rest of the days of the week, I'm just going home, getting my daughter from school, getting home at about 3, getting straight on the game, and I don't get off the game until about 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm in.
Well, I
my
don't,
days,
but
yeah.
it's,
So I'm trying to get out of that stage of doing that and trying to like get
But
back
you
to the
recognize
grind.
it.
Yeah. Get back to
yeah,
grinding.
that's what's important is realizing like, this ain't the right.
I gotta change things, or it's not gonna improve for me.
So the game is this? What are we playing?
Well, see, I used to like stream like Rainbow Six Siege, sometimes Call of Duty, sometimes Fortnite.
First person shooters.
Yeah.
Is that what they call that?
But
Or-
now, so I played on P5, but then I moved to PC. So I bought a PC. Everybody was always talking about 5M. I would see motherfuckers streaming 5M. I like to stream. I'm a really good gamer, and so anyways, like on Rainbow Six Siege, my KD was a 1.9. I was a plat player, so I was really good. You mean a 1.9 is a crazy ass KD.
Right.
So and I was plat, so I'm really good. Like I was really good ranked and shit. So I'm just a good ass gamer in general. Any game I play, well then I would see like the streams of like 5M, and it's 5M is GTA, but it's a modded GTA. So like you can do anything. You sell drugs on there. You can do just anything. And you see motherfuckers do that shit. It's role play. And I was like, fuck, that's what I'm gonna start doing. So I started doing that shit. And Brogdon stuck on that fucking game for the past fucking month. And
I want to play it bad.
like dog, like it's like
But I know.
literally, like I'm a fucking like a kingpin drug dealer on that bitch. I got like a motorcycle club. I own a gun store.
So can you talk to people in there too?
Yeah.
So
Bro,
what?
Anything you
Dude,
can do in
it's-
real life, you can do on this.
So
video game.
everything what I heard you say was basically, you love video games. We got a new place in town. You heard about it? Is it the Vault? Is it?
Vault.
My friend Kyle owns it. Shannon, his wife. I heard that you need to be down there and doing a podcast at the Vault. I heard that.
We definitely need to showcase them.
Then I heard you
Somebody
basically.
else told me about them a couple days
Yeah,
ago.
why are you telling people when you're playing these games that you have a podcast and stuff? Are you you know what I mean? Do it. You got to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're gonna make those extra. Someone else will go like, well, I know this person that knows this person. It's like a snowball.
Yeah. See, I was playing the game the other day with one of my friends. Well, my friend owns the server that we play in, so it's like a lot of people from around here. But my dude, Big Howard, the other day, he was telling like these Mexicans from Texas was in there and shit. We're all in there. They're in a different gang. So we fucking, it's kill on sight. You see these motherfuckers, you kill them. But we're in the green zone, so we're all in there talking. You're not like killing in green zones and shit. So we're in the green zone, they're talking and shit. They start telling these Mexicans on my podcast. And
There you go.
they started talking hella shit. You know what I mean? Like they was talking shit that night, and then like
go.
the next day they was
Call
like,
me.
yeah, the next day they was talking like yeah, I watched a couple of your episodes, blah blah. Because you know, on them games, you know what I mean, motherfuckers be on there just talking shit.
Well, yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we're all on there trying to hurt each other's feelings and shit. But so I really don't like getting on there because you know what I mean. Not saying I don't think that type of shit's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing embarrassing about what we do. I love talking to people. I love hearing about you know what I mean. I like hearing people's stories. I mean, I got my own story. I like hearing other people's story. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be a super interesting person to have a cool ass story.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it. But yes, I don't think it's embarrassing or nothing. But yeah, Big Howard was
love
all
what
like,
we do.
Big Howard was all like,
Yeah.
he told these dudes, he was all like, yeah, Ricky, he was like, Ricky and his brother interview famous people, blah blah. And these dudes looked it up and started talking shit.
Call me next.
That's a.
I'll
But it's
call
still,
him
you,
N-word.
yeah, it's
Oh,
still,
did they? That's not cool.
No, I'll call him the N-word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I did.
I figured
I
you
kept
did.
on saying, I said, you know me, I say a bunch of racist shit. Yeah, I said,
All them 20-some-year-olds be on.
I was cussing out, fuck Taco Bell. You know what I mean?
You seen the reel where the boys in there playing games, you know, and screaming at, and then the mom some like, you know, the kid's like maybe 10 or 12, and then like this 28-year-old guy comes through, and he's one of the guys that was like playing the game, and now he's with his mom. He was talking crap about that.
Yeah,
I'll have to send it to you guys. It's
I saw that.
hilarious.
Yeah, I watch a lot of gaming shit though. Like, you fuck with TikTok?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with TikTok a lot. I've been seeing a lot of shit on there. Bro, another thing off topic. You know the ban in TikTok?
I heard about
I heard
it.
it got approved. I
The
still
ban?
got
Yeah,
one.
yeah, it's banned. They're
I
banning
still got
it.
one. I still
Yeah.
got one.
Yeah, well, that's because of the U.S. and China beef,
Yeah.
but
Because they say they're targeting and they're like changing the content. They give different content over there.
Oh, they don't get no. Yeah, they don't give their
Well,
kids. We
I
don't give their
think
kids
what
what we
it
get to
is-
see.
I think that they don't want
Seeing
us seeing everything.
a
They
lot of,
they
a lot of
want
shit gets out on that motherfucker.
yeah, they want to control what we see. Our government is not necessarily a democracy anymore. But that's a podcast for another.
Well, we'll have a TikTok. It just won't be owned by China. We'll have a.
But they don't even own the majority of it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, they were like, "Oh, well, China owns 45% of the company." They don't even own. They're not even the sole owner, like the
Right.
Yeah, of TikTok anymore.
But China isn't?
Yeah.
Well,
but
the percentage don't always matter. It's all the writings
that
too.
is true.
You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely the writings, because you can really do some things. Yeah.
That is true.
So back to y'all shit. So what y'all's plans and shit with this festival?
Man, we want to educate. You know, and that's where Josh comes in, and then all the people
Well,
Josh
it's an
knows.
expo
Yeah.
and a festival.
Yeah.
If you really,
What's an expo? Because I don't know what the fuck that means.
Expo, like an exposition. Like, if you go, I'm speaking at the Cannabis Live Expo.
Here, let's just
Ohio
say,
Cannabis
keep
Live
going.
this
I'll
weekend.
Google what expo.
Yeah.
While he's talking, good.
I mean, the word is expo is short for exhibition, and it just means like demonstration, or we're going to have all the licensed vendors. I don't know if all of them are going to participate, but a good majority of them are going to be there for panel discussions, just like what we talked about earlier in the podcast. So, it's people to exhibit their products, and but it's actually the people that are controlling the industry in Ohio. So that's what's different from all the others. There's a bunch of cannabis events coming up in Ohio right now, but not all of them can offer this because, I mean, that's why I was so excited about happening. Is I think this is a rare moment in which a lot of the original people that helped bring all the laws that's helped to Ohio specifically, they're available right now. They're still in it, and as that landscape changes over the years, you know, you see like these multi-state operators like Sunnyside. You know, they own a lot of dispensaries, and they're owned by a parent group called Cresco. Cresco will probably have an appearance there, or they'll send someone, so you're going to be able to touch them. But they're a large, publicly exchanged company. I don't know if it's up in Canada or whatever. It's not in the U.S., of course, because it's still not federally legal. But they're in 22 states. So, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not that many states, but they're in a lot of the states, and they're not a guy like me. Yeah. So this is the one time that I can make a difference and bring something to the area to change things.
Now, so what all are you guys going to have up there? Like what is everything that's going to be up there? It's going to be like a full blown event for the whole weekend. You guys going to have like food trucks, all that shit up there?
Yep. We'll have food trucks, RV camping. We're going to have a VIP section for our big sponsors and the celebrities or the artists. Green room for them too.
And he's talking on the festival side.
Yeah, the festival side. I'm talking. Now we'll have outdoor vendors. Like there'll be people there if they want. Sell T-shirts. I'll be selling pipes. There's people coming from Columbus that make glass. They'll be blowing glass the whole time and make your pipe right there in front of you.
And there probably will be CBD type vendors there, but they'll have to be approved by the agricultural department, Department of Agriculture.
Are motherfuckers gonna be there just like smoking weed and shit?
We cannot.
I mean, no, it's a compliant event.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be compliant. It's recreational in the state of Ohio. So if you're a camper and what you're doing, or your personal space, that's on you. But I mean, we got to be compliant, especially during the Expo. I mean, it's in order to.
I was just wondering if it's gonna be like a big ass hippie fest.
No.
But I mean, it's kind of like
we want to educate.
I could see the festival section of it designed to be that, because that's what people want. Like, people want that. Yeah, I would love to be like, all right.
I think we should. Should go to something like that. We're gonna for the weekend.
Go.
If y'all ain't at ours, we're gonna trash talk you so bad. If you don't show up,
we should actually do that. Well, let me tell you all this. I've never camped out before.
I got an 8-person tent.
So we got primitive. I think
we should actually do that.
Right, I think we should.
And just go to it and shit.
And then you guys set up there.
It'd be almost like the gathering.
All right, so check this out. It's
make a whole fucking video from the weekend.
Yeah.
That'd be good. It's 30.
Oh, dude, if you could do that too, maybe help us out.
Yeah. See there. Hey, so yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards. Like legal.
How much is VIP? Because I'll need VIP.
We'll need your checkbook.
I mean, how much is it? Because Greg rich.
So is he?
No,
he owns vendings, bro.
But he don't put anything in them. He stays on the couch.
He's getting people, bro. It's the ones that are like you can't see through them.
Right.
So people just put the money in there. They don't get the money.
No, so it's $30 a day or $50 for the weekend. Your primitive tent camping is $15 a night or $30 for the weekend to get your spot. And this is fairground.
Wait, what's $50?
$15. So $30 is your admission to the event, to the expo.
Okay.
And if you plan on staying the weekend, the fairground charges. We're not profiting off that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's $15 a night for the primitive. Camper, I'm pretty sure it's $40 a night, and you get electric, camper site basically. So it would be $80 for the weekend. So yeah, if you guys are going to be $50 per person to be there for the weekend. Now, if you want to be VIP, is more like anybody can be VIP. Mm-hmm. It's a sponsor that really helps push money into the event. I think our packages start at $1,500. $1,500, $2,500, and $5,000. And just our $5,000, I don't have it right on me.
Well, I think booth space and I don't know if that includes video. I don't know. You guys, that's you
guys.
So I don't know. That's your side of things.
Right.
So what comes with the VIP? Prostitutes? Jesus Christ.
Right. I mean, if you want him there, we can bring him too. It's not a big deal. No, you get it's about business. They're advertising. We're going to make this big. This is the first one. I'm not going to let this go. We're going to go. Yeah.
Are you going to do it like each year?
Yes, absolutely. You know,
I actually can see a lot of success in this because I would pay $50 to show up
For the weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
and I would pay whatever.
it's cheap. It's cheap,
The
man.
$40 or whatever.
No, I'm not gonna lie to
and
you,
I would
but-
just tent
Yeah,
camp.
VIP's a little crazy.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's
I want to know what comes with the VIP.
yeah. But go ahead and tell us.
But I would tent camp because I know I've tent camped before a lot, and you know, I mean, you just bring a blow up mattress, and you just buy a 5-person tent, and you sleep in it. Sleep in it by yourself. You have to have your own 5-person tent.
You want me to sit with you?
Nope. I have a
Now,
queen size air
camping
mattress. I have a queen
separate,
size
right?
air
'Cause
mattress.
Yeah.
they are charging for camping.
That's what I was
spots.
saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying. $15 for they call it primitive.
Yeah.
$15 a day, and then camper sites, RV sites are $40 a day.
$40.
I mean, you
always
could
wanted
you
to
could put
just
your
be
tent in an
dirty.
RV site if you want to pay more and get electric. If you want to put a little air conditioner in your tent, you know what I mean?
And
I could see this guy over here having an air conditioner in his tent, like he's just
Yeah.
set, yeah.
Oh,
No,
Oh, here he
just
goes.
no, just-
Hey, you triggered him. You triggered him.
No, listen, buddy.
My girl will be with me. We'll have air conditioning.
Bougie.
In the tent, or my
Just
girl.
say-
will
Fat
be
Hey.
jokes are worse than racist jokes.
Bougie.
I'll tell you right now. 'Cause
bougie.
anybody can be fat.
Set up your
You know what I mean?
PC right there in the
But you're looking good, man.
Yeah, he didn't let me get to that far. I was like, he's gonna have his game system in there, like
Yeah, no, I
yeah.
was just talking shit. No.
So VIP, you want me to go and tell you about that or
Yeah,
no?
tell me about the package.
So we'll just talk about the $5,000 one. It comes with 8 passes. So it's usually a company. They're going to get a huge banner on the stage, like G Vapor. It's one of our bigger donators. You know, plug them right here on this. They get that too. You know, they got vape shops all around. I'm sure you guys have bought from them there. One of the best ones
There's
around.
one in
What is it
Waverly.
again?
G Vapor.
Yeah, go ahead and blur it every time we say that.
No,
was
I
talking
fuck
shit.
with G Vapor.
No, I'll just talk
But
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, that guy's got a crazy story. He started in a camper at a bar in Ironton called the Laid Back in a little
I
camper.
used to go up there. I like
Yeah,
to like
making his own
We're gonna have
juices
to
and
get him
stuff.
on.
Yeah,
He's cool.
Hey, and now
He's a cool
it's
guy.
a very successful business.
Really?
We sat down with him the other day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get a free RV in the VIP. Your RV's
Oh,
there.
shit.
You get 8 passes. You get all kinds of exposure. Like right now, we just gave him 5 minutes, you know, of talking about G Vapor. You know, and like it's going to keep going. So that sponsorship is business, and I don't know that you're going to get an individual who just says I want to be VIP. It's not really.
It's like more of a company.
Yeah, you're not special. Got to be over here like this because you're VIP. Like I'm awesome. You know.
Well, have you guys talked about the admission to the VIP tent and the area? Like, is it just going to? Because I know that there's going to be other people that are.
Right,
Like
we're
you
going
said,
to
there's
you're
criteria, I
going
know
to
that
have a
they-
different wristband. You're going to have a different wristband to get in that
Yeah.
section because I mean, if you get that package, those 6 campers we're going to have with their own canopy in the middle of the U, they can have their own little hangout party there.
So I
Do
mean,
what they
you could
want.
probably sell like individual VIP passes. I'm sure, couldn't you?
I mean,
We haven't
we
talked
probably
about that.
could. No, we could add that.
Well,
part.
usually
when
when
is
we
that?
go,
When is this?
when we,
June 28th and 29th.
God damn, can't go.
Where are you guys going to be?
Conor McGregor fights the 29th of June.
you have electric. Bring a TV.
And air conditioner.
We'll have TVs there.
Conor
You know-
McGregor, hold on, Conor McGregor, he still fights.
Yeah, he's coming back fighting.
He'll
Steve
fucking
Austin.
tear a tent down. He'll tear the whole motherfucking. He'll tear an RV down if Connor loses.
Gets
It'd be
excited.
bad.
It gets so
When's
wild.
the fight? Friday night, Saturday night?
Saturday night.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
that's the night.
hey, so that's the mindset you got to get out of. That's one night, a couple hours.
Listen, every single
We got a whole
since
event.
2015, I've bought every single pay per view.
You buy it
Well,
there.
you could go early and then get out and do your podcast for a while. And
Right,
Go-
right.
You gotta
Come
think
back.
about business, bro. But this is what they've been telling us the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
We got.
You gave up a whole weekend of
sacrifice.
you gave up a whole weekend of networking for 2 hours of your life just now.
and you can
In your-
watch it there.
Yeah.
We
Or you
gotta
can drive on
sacrifice
down.
so we can network, bro. Listen, these guys know what they're talking about.
5 mess streams on your phone, you can watch it for free.
Bill,
Yeah.
watch it.
I think people that stream shit like that are pieces of shit.
Hey,
And
hey,
I'll turn a motherfucker in for that type of
I've
shit.
done it.
hey, if you ain't over there in a booth, hey, you might as well set up a booth and just have the pay-per-view, make people pay to watch the pay-per-view, like you just talked about. Like,
bro,
Now you can
this
make some
guy-
money.
This guy's a
Yeah.
fucking hustler. What are you?
That's what
Yo,
that's what I like about him. This guy. he's
as
got
soon as
some
they brought
good-
me on, he's just like, oh boy.
I was like, I like all these
That's a
ideas.
good
I mean,
idea.
I mean, it would
Come
be,
in this tent.
Yeah,
We got to get a 16-person tent.
No,
Yeah,
just get one of the to get the canopies. You know, like the covered
Yeah,
sides, and it's your party. Do what
But
you
I'm
want in
one
there.
of I'm one of those motherfuckers. See, if I start drinking,
He'll start punching the TV and shit.
Yeah.
Well, we got a punching bag for
Start
you,
crying
Ricky.
and
Hey,
shit.
we'll
Yeah,
get,
we've been in a punching bag.
you can run the punching bag machine. You've seen him, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think of games, and that was really the
So
only thing.
that's what I was going to ask. Is it you two, Matt, who I've heard you mention?
Matt Kelly,
and
yeah.
then some donor
He's in.
that's running this entire festival?
Yeah,
So-
well,
so-
I'm more of the sponsor.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
donor.
He's sponsored
On
the Expo.
Expo,
yeah.
though, the side only.
So technically, it's two different events because they have to be separated right now because of legalities.
So the one will shut down and the other one, and there during the expo, I mean, there can be music, but there can't be live music. There can't be live entertainment,
Right.
and no alcohol. So
Well, and we'll have a beer garden there, a sanctioned beer garden, where you can see all the music, but you have to stay in the beer garden when you drink. Like it's going to be,
Yeah, and that's
it's
a
a
different
controlled
area,
environment. It's a
so-
controlled environment, you know. What I
But
mean?
it's there, yeah, and we're gonna have security. I mean, it's going to be it's a legitimate.
Yeah.
And where's it going to be at?
The Pike County Fairgrounds. I
Yeah.
think, yeah, it's on. We'll get you guys a flyer so you guys can put it up there or something because I'm going to share your stuff too and start promoting back and forth and stuff.
Yeah. I didn't even know.
That seems like a lot to run.
I didn't-
Just-
yeah.
Oh well,
It is.
let me finish though. We have I just got brought on and like I was at the first meeting the other day at a conference room we have and there's maybe 14 people that was in there.
Yeah, I mean the whole community's behind it. That's the thing. They came to me, Community Action came to me, and they wanted to call it Weed Stock, and that's how it originally
Yeah.
got named. And then,
Right.
like I said, there's some politics that went on about it locally, and I agree. Right now there's still that transition because I do want those church groups to show up and talk and ask those questions because that's the educational component. The community culture, cannabis, and then I want to show off Southern Ohio, show off our area. Pike County,
Right.
that it's but a lot of people are coming from Scioto County and
Oh, it's gonna be-
Lawrence
it's gonna be
County
big,
and
it's gonna be big.
everywhere. But
Yeah.
so I think we're going to see the best side at this event. And it's cannabis is what is the common denominator though.
Yeah.
So
We've-
from medical to whatever.
Yeah, we've even reached out to the local treatment facilities to offer free boosts so they can, not Bible thump, you know what I mean? But you never know, like you may have a cousin's uncle that you may learn some information about recovery or treatment facilities.
Yeah.
So we offered free boosts to some treatment facilities away from Columbus to Portsmouth. One denied us already because they don't want to be,
Associated with cannabis.
but it's still we want the opportunity for them.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause I don't see it as a massive party. I see it as education, getting people right.
Yeah, there's going to be lawmakers there, people that are part of this, and I mean it will be fun. Believe me, it will be fun.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure on the festival side it's going to be, but it's also going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we
That's
got
what I was
about 12 people, and
Well, and I got a production company already, so that narrows down. To do sound and lighting, I'm helping out on those aspects. I mean, we're going to have some expenses.
so
but-
that's one of his part of his donation. He has a massive stage and like a real
well, it's
real
not
set.
massive, but it's decent.
It's a
size.
real set. I mean, for Southern Ohio, it's pretty daggone
Yeah,
nice. I
it's
mean,
nice.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a nice stage.
So this is what I'm thinking about. If we do this, if we go, I would have to get a Roku TV, which I could get a Roku TV.
That's what he's thinking about. He's thinking, how can I watch the
He's like, I know my
Brother, I
cousin.
will have that streaming. You can come hang at my camper.
Yeah, because we'd have to have internet though.
No, it's throughout.
There is Wi-Fi in the multi-purpose building. It picks up outside, but I can't tell you. I can't tell you how good it is though.
Yeah, because I would have to.
Well,
watch it,
I would strip. I just create a hotspot off my
Yeah.
Verizon network and bam, you're on. That's how I stream everything. When
See,
I'm good.
but if it would fuck up, bro, I'd be so upset. Like when you're watching and it'll like freeze or something, and then just like something crazy.
So
happens.
what I hear there, this is what
Well,
I'm.
I'm always good at Sam Jam there, and I've never had issues streaming content because there's a.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I just hope not, because I actually kind of want to go to this, because I've always wanted to kind of go to like the gathering or something, but I don't. My thing is, I don't want to be like. I'm not saying people that go to those are dirty. You know what I mean?
No, I want that.
What's this?
I
Is this just Juggalo, the Gathering?
Yeah.
Is that what this is? Yeah, I don't think I would like to go to that.
I would.
I mean-
I want to go and be muddy and dirty.
See,
for
I
the whole
don't
fucking
like that. You know what I mean?
weekend.
Like I'm one of those people. I can't. I like to be dirty
I
and
wanna
shit,
stink.
and I don't. Yeah, I don't want that.
Hey, all of a sudden he wants the air conditioner in his tent now.
no,
see?
I want air conditioner for sure, bro.
Down the road, you can just get a hotel and I used to do that back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I would have to do because.
What is this?
The ICP Juggalo
Okay,
stuff. Yeah.
okay, insane.
My daughter brought up ICP yesterday. She's like, Dad, you ever heard of ICP?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, don't play it. I was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Fucking chickens.
And I'm not anti. If you guys like it, that's great. If my
They're a
daughter.
gang and they need to be
Took down.
dismantled.
Yeah, they need to down quick.
So what you was? Let's roll back to Wi-Fi and stuff. So when you were saying that, my mind is always going solution, business. take your ass out to the fairground with your phone and get near that building. It's open for the public and try it before this starts. You know what I mean? You got put that work in.
Well, I don't even know where that's at. I didn't even know Piketon had a fair.
Pike
They-
County, it's
yeah,
right in Pike.
it's pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I thought
I
they.
didn't know either, but
I thought they just went to like Lucasville Fair.
Right, because we're actually getting ready to do
We've
that.
had Tyler Childers there. We've had Billy Strings at Pike County Fair. We've had.
What's his name was there a few years ago? I can't remember.
Yeah, so I'd go out there and try it, man.
What's his name? I can't.
We have to go.
The rapper.
Oh.
I think you'd be all right, buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we'll work something out where you guys have maybe some kind of presence and peace there. You know what I mean?
That'd be dope.
I don't see why not.
I think
we was talking to
the more
another.
the merrier. The more that we bring of our culture there, what you guys are doing is it's part of
Okay,
it.
really? Wow.
I mean,
Popped in for a minute.
I really haven't even checked out you guys' podcast yet because I've been so damn busy, but I'm going to, and I'd like to get some feedback on just because I'm just putting up like where I go, and I just got the cannabis pharmacist, and I really haven't structured it all. I really have. It's something I started just because I needed another outlet to be able to put media up on besides Southern High Botanicals. And but you know there's because Southern High Botanicals is so limited by what it can advertise, and it has to be approved every time I put anything up
Well, you
there.
got the full. You kind of got the full experience today. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk some shit. We're gonna have
Yeah.
some fun, but we're serious when we need to be.
Yeah. With us on our business side, because
The 2 hour mark's hitting up on that. I don't know what we have left on it.
but with like our business side of our shit, like I feel like just people just need a big team. That's what you need.
Yeah,
A team.
it's team.
And we just do it really ourselves. Me and then Chris does our videos. So it's really just. I mean, we need to build a team. I always say this because when we
Join our team, boys.
when we first started, we sold shirts and shit. I bought shirts. We was shipping shirts to the UK. We was shipping shits all over. Shipping shirts.
Sherp and chips.
Sure,
Sherp and chips.
shit.
sharp
Hey,
Sherp
we
and
speak
chips.
that language too. You're good. Just keep
Yeah,
going.
we
Just keep
got-
going.
We
Where
were
you
shipping
going?
shirts all over and shit, and like, bro, we went through I think 150 shirts the first day, and we just didn't come out with no more nothing, and just because his girlfriend was the one doing it, and we just quit doing them.
You gotta get that business plan down first.
That's
So-
what I'm
so-
saying.
You gotta get that business
Yeah.
plan.
Definitely.
We gotta start coming out with more shit, and then we talked about like with the coffee. He's talking about coming out with.
You guys
the
need some money making ideas.
We need to make some
We
money.
know we have those ideas,
But
it's
you
just
got
us
the
getting down to-
execution.
Yeah,
We need
The
to make the
execution.
money.
You need to
Yeah.
make the money.
Getting this job really fucked me up. I'll be honest.
He said, "Get it."
I mean, it really.
Well,
is.
it's that
communicate a
time
lot more.
management.
We barely talk anymore. We used to talk like every day. Now we talk like literally.
I love my job though. In case anybody from there
Yeah,
is
fuck your
listening,
job. Fuck everybody at your job.
Hey, are you allowed to talk about what you do or
I
not?
cannot talk about what I do. on
We
this
can. We
podcast.
can after. Yeah.
I can't talk about what I do on this podcast.
But listen, I might.
He's a male stripper, isn't he?
It's not with this body. Bro. 10 years ago.
Hey, it's in, bud. That's in right now, man. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, it's
He
Dad
does,
bod.
he does gay porn.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
There you go,
That's
bro.
a business.
If
Is
that was
business.
it, we would definitely talk about it on here.
What
but
did
I'm
they
not
say?
gay.
$20 is $20. I mean,
I got a
He's not
shirt.
even paid.
Wow.
He don't even upload the videos. He
oh,
just
he
does
just
it.
does it for fun, right?
Let's do it.
No, no, no. Maybe. Hey, but he'll have it there for one day if he ever needs it.
One of these days.
He'll have a little vault. Yeah, drop all kinds of shit.
A vault.
But anyways, though, yeah, for sure. I think you guys should come back and let's talk about it again. Talk
Sure.
about some more shit.
Yeah, we
Sure.
could go for days.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about.
We're at 2 hours now.
Or you can have us individually, whatever you guys want
Yeah.
to do. I mean, I'm always game. You can come up. I got a podcast room in my garage, and it's pretty cool. You guys come up.
We've
do
never
a-
been on no one else's podcast.
Yeah.
That's true. How
What?
many episodes are you in?
I mean, gosh, I've got AfroMan. I've got Brian Kessler. From,
You're fairly new, though. You're
yeah,
fairly
I'm
new.
very new.
Fairly new,
I mean, I
yeah.
just did this. You know, I mean, we're not even sequenced. I kind of like when something important comes up. I spoke at the for SB9 at the Vern Rife building in front of the Senate.
You
know,
have to
it's
give
up
us.
there.
You have to tell us what
Yeah.
SB
You're
Senate
more
Bill, Senate Bill 9 is.
You're
Yeah.
more in a professional
Yeah,
space
yeah. I
than
mean,
we
I'm a
are.
pharmacist, but I also
Yeah.
have AfroMan on there.
Right.
You know, so I do
Yeah.
have that, and I brought it. I didn't actually do that one myself, so I don't always speak. You know, I'm not the MC. You know,
Yeah.
for the event, but sometimes I have people that do work for me. you
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
Well,
Come
just
in.
hire us.
Well, I mean, there's always
give
a
us a
deal to be made, brothers. You know what I mean? That's
Deal right now. Like,
yeah.
That deal right here on the air, right
Yeah,
live.
yeah.
Because I mean, we got a pretty good following. Like I said, we're just trying to build, bro. And I think that I think, I mean, shit, we've done pretty good. Like,
you guys have.
We've only been doing it for a year, and we've had on, what, 7, 8?
You got
Maybe
about
9
you got about
famous
128 videos, about 8,000 followers right now.
No, they count our reels
Oh,
as
okay.
videos too. We got a lot of reels on there.
That's where the.
But we got
money's
like
at.
Are they reels of the 128 podcasts that you already have?
yeah, we got
No,
about
not all of
300.
them.
We got
Some
about
of them.
320,000 views
Yeah,
Wow,
altogether.
that's awesome.
in a year. I like that.
That's a big number.
YouTube, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's
just
the only thing we upload on. Is
I mean, I know that. I was just saying. I've
We-
watched.
we-
How do you weed down to your core though, like there, like in that situation? Because when I manage bands, I also got some bands record deals too on Warner Brothers, and we would always go, and Sony and EMI. But we'd always like, what is, just because you got a view didn't mean you really had a core fan base.
Yeah.
So how do you find that core
So,
fan base?
I do look at our analytics, and sometimes it's a little like I don't know, because it's like when you look at analytics on YouTube, and it says, but what let me preface this different. So you'll get a bunch of views immediately. So if you look at your views on, say, this podcast, in 3 days it'll tell me we had 10,000 views. But then YouTube goes in and weeds out the bots, and it'll say we have 8,000 or whatever.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right. So it
So-
refines it.
But then you can go look at demographics, and we have a higher male following than we do women right now. And then you can look at what country it's from. And for some reason, a lot of people in Russia are watching this podcast.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. So then it's like I'm always thinking about, okay, how do we get that the male, like females are here, males are here, and it's like, how do we get more women to watch? I
Yeah.
want to bring more women on, and it's like maybe because I think that right now you have to kind of chase what's popular, which sucks in a way because we're not really those people.
Right.
We're more like we want to do what we want to do.
Yeah, do our own
Right.
shit.
But it's kind of like if you're in the business, you have to
Be relevant.
chase the business.
Yeah.
And right now, male versus female
Is a big thing,
ideology is a big thing. So I'd like to get women on here and talk to them
And
about
argue with them bitches.
yeah, just argue with them.
So my
Battle of the sexes.
my analytics is all as women. My pottery.
Yeah.
It's like 30. Because they give the age groups. It's like 30. I think it's like 30 to like almost 50
'Cause they
year
like
old
that
is like
craft.
my fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my shit on everything that I post on, like with like TikTok and shit, mine's always, I don't know why, it's always like males.
Women don't want to.
We know why Ricky. We just we
It'll
ain't
be
got
like,
that.
it'll be like it'll be like old men too. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, old men can't wait to hear you on there
Yeah.
living
Hey.
the life they wish they would have lived.
yeah,
Do you have like subscribers to YouTube? I mean, do you?
yeah. We almost
yeah,
got
so-
8,000 subscribers.
That's what I was. That's
Okay,
what I, that's
so
what I
there
was
you go.
referencing
You
a
got
minute ago.
8,000 core fans then.
Yeah.
If you got a subscriber, you got a core.
I'm one.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Thank you.
bro.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, every time I go out, that's all I hear whenever I go out. That's another reason. I mean, it's cool. But whenever I go out to like the bars, like people just like, oh, I love your podcast, and it's just like all a bunch of like, you know what I mean, shit, which is cool to hear. You know what I mean? But I'm fucked up, bro. I'm trying to live.
Did you
right
Yeah,
subscribe,
yeah,
though?
yeah. No, you
Yeah.
want it to translate and how like
Yeah.
how it could be.
And people's always
yeah.
they want to come up and be like,
Pay
hey,
your
you
bills.
should bring me on your show.
I don't understand what you mean when you say you're effed up right now. Like when they're at the bar telling you about your podcast. What's that
He's
mean?
drunk.
What's that?
I'll be drunk as
Oh,
fuck.
fucked up. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you
And
meant
you just
like-
don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
Or-
hell, I'm trying to vibe. You know
I
what
got
mean?
you.
I
I'm
see,
worried
I
about trying to
see.
go out and fucking hump a bitch. I'm not trying to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
see.
which completely conflicts with your ideology because
so
you're
quit-
like,
hey,
no,
quit
all
that.
those people.
Quit
But
that.
No, that's why I said I wanted to quit
Quit that.
drinking though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you got to be ready. You got to be ready to
Because
network.
whenever I'm drunk, I always do. I'll talk to motherfuckers, but then you got the motherfuckers want to sit there and talk to you for 30 minutes about why you should bring them on.
And you're trying to have a good time.
Yeah, I'm
but-
trying to, I'm trying to
and not-
chase some hoes around. You know what I mean? I'm trying to chew on some lips. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's hard whenever you got motherfuckers guys
all up
like
in your
tugging on you
face, and
hugging
you,
on you and shit.
yeah, it's blocking your
Yeah, that's one reason
pathway,
I was like,
man.
I was like, man, I hate going out now. Like the other night, the other night we was sitting there, and my friend, she dates this girl from Cincinnati, and she's been down here with her, and she was talking about how like she was like, you're almost like small town famous, blah blah. She was talking about that shit, and then like then a couple other girls stopped by and shit. We was drinking. And they was talking about the podcast. She was talking about, one girl was talking about how her old man watches every single podcast. She was telling her friend that was with her, she was telling her about it. She was like, pull it up. And I'm drunk as fuck. So I'm like, well, I don't really like watching my own content. I hate it. You know what I mean? Just because, bro, I'm up here talking about it. I don't want to sit there and rewatch it, but so I play it for a
So
minute.
you guys don't stream live though?
no.
We
So
haven't.
No, he
it's
won't let
everything-
me.
You'll go,
Hey, you might.
If
you,
he's not drinking, we
He
can
will
stream.
not allow me.
You
to
might.
stream
You
live.
might have to
It just
if
depends.
if we connected this festival.
Yeah, he won't let me. He won't
It
let
just
me.
depends on
No,
how much
that's how I
alcohol
do
he's
it
had.
too. We're doing it all post production.
Like
Yeah.
if he's had too much alcohol, you guys don't want him to stream. Like nobody. America.
Are you wild, man?
No, I'm
world.
fun as fuck, but the thing is, I say anything. Like, I talk. So I talk and don't think about it. I'll talk and then after I say it, but man, maybe I shouldn't have said all that. But like, especially when I'm drinking, I'll like fucking say whatever.
But I'm thinking
and
about it
and
the
I'll
whole
argue
time.
with you about a
Yeah,
topic
yeah.
I don't even believe.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
He'll
saying?
lie.
Like for real. Like
The
I'll
whole
tell
fucking
you,
time.
I've told people the most wild shit while I was drunk. But that's why whenever you hear people be like, "Oh, a drunk thought is a sober person," or no, a drunk words are a sober person's thought. That's not true at all. I'll tell you the dumbest shit, bro, while I'm drunk, and I'll lie to you. And I'm not even a
will.
liar sober, but being drunk, I'll fucking lie to you.
Just to
to
lie.
fucking piss
Just,
you off.
just
you
to
know what I
fuck
mean?
up. Fuck
And I don't
it
know
up.
why I'm like that. I'm a piece of shit.
Well, you like to get it going.
Yeah.
you
I like
like,
getting
you
people
like
going,
to
yeah.
get them roused up, man.
Well, you need to come to one of our after hangouts one night.
Yeah.
We'll have fun. I mean, just network, man. Always network.
Yeah.
I ain't never had nobody though, cause I had people stop me. Like I'll have a dude stop me at Walmart and be like, "Man, I watch your pottery videos on on Facebook," and I'm just like, my daughter rolls her eyes. She hates it. Cause the whole thing was she, when kids were young, TikTok, they would be TikTok famous.
Yeah.
We did that for her. I was gonna push her at like 9. I was like, we're gonna push you into this, and you could be the little pottery kid, and it would have blew up bad. And she just didn't like it.
Yeah, my daughter loves making TikToks and shit. And every time me and her go out, she's like, it's crazy how many people just know you, because whenever I go out, like I'll go through a drive-through,
Yeah.
someone will talk to me. Anytime I'm out, you got people beeping the horn at me, coming up talking to me and shit. So my daughter's always saying shit. We're like, motherfuckers will be out and people be wearing our shirts and shit. And yeah, my daughter always says, she's like, it's crazy. And then, but I've been used to that. It's always been like that because I've always done shit. We made music. We got signed to a record label when I was younger. We've always done something. You know what I mean? So I've always been real well known around here. But yeah, I mean, it's like it's different. I feel like a lot of people hate me more than like me because that I try to do something. You know what I mean? And whenever you try to do something, a lot of people try to start hating on you and shit.
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of.
I think it depends on what you do.
I
And how your
don't-
person-
With
Personality is,
our,
'cause
with
you
our
seem
doing
like a-
what we're doing,
Right.
people will try to hate on it and shit. Like, no one will say nothing to us, but you can just tell. Like, motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Like, whenever we're actually doing something, you'll see motherfuckers share the dumbest shit on Facebook, but won't the same motherfuckers that even the ones that act like your friends won't try to share your shit and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like real weird hating shit that you know what I mean? Because it's so easy just to share something. I share people's shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I react to motherfuckers' shit. I'm not a hating motherfucker. Whatever you want to do it. But I think people just see that we have this vision, this idea that we're trying to do, and motherfuckers are just all like, all right, yeah, we're gonna
Hate on it.
yeah, we're gonna hate. And
Haters will be haters.
yeah,
though,
and it
man.
is what it is. Like I said, we get more support from people that's not from around here than we do what I'm
Locally.
saying?
Well,
Yeah.
you're never a hero in your hometown. That's
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah, that's my point.
you're never. That's why they crucified Jesus Christ, brother.
Yeah.
So.
But you can still make that presence, I think, and well, you already have the presence, but
Yeah. I mean, hell, I didn't know,
Yeah,
but
like,
everybody knew about you guys. So
I'm taking
I'm
taking-
pretty.
I'm taking my pottery following. I built up with that pottery following. It's pretty big to the coffee shop. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna come to the coffee shop because we're friends. We like each other. So you just keep that flowing. Just keep that flowing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the industry you're in makes it a little different.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. You know what I mean? But Ricky's really hateable though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna go ahead and end this on that note. I'm super hateable. Let's go ahead and end this. We can keep on talking for a few.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
okay.
Sorry.
So-
Oh, no, you're good.
No, that was
Tell us it was the best podcast ever. I mean, right?
best podcast ever.
Like, share, subscribe.
The
check your shit
gifts
out.
the gifts that he sent. I cannot wait to go home and
I
show
like
this,
the ashtray.
show this to my fiance.
Can't wait to smoke out of that.
He can't wait to smoke out of that.
He's
I
a
can't
good
wait to
dude.
go home and just
Do
Yeah,
it.
thank you for bringing this shit on. Thank y'all for coming on. Actually.
So
for
do
real.
you are you open? Are you open smoker to the world or? Yeah, post it on there and tag me.
I tell my kids, I talk to them about it and all that.
Yeah.
They understand.
I mean, my
His
daughter,
his
my
6-year-old smokes weed.
daughter makes pipes.
My dad kept it from me for like the longest time for no reason, like acting like it was a horrible thing.
Yeah.
And it just
Bible Belt though.
Yeah, it's a Bible
Bible
Belt. I grew up the same way, man. Even taught my kids that way, and now they know.
One more time, go ahead and plug both y'all shit right at the
Go
end.
ahead,
Yeah.
you go ahead first. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Joshua Smith with Southern High Botanicals in Waverly, Ohio, and we're here on behalf of the Community Culture and Cannabis Expo and the Grassroots Music Festival.
Yep, definitely for the people. Mike Mustain Pottery. Ceramic Pipe Dreams, you know, it's a whole nother world. You know, all the pieces you guys got, you can smoke out of there. Tobacco products for now. Not even paraphernalia. You know what I mean? Until somebody uses it in the wrong way.
Right.
So I got that. Then I'm in the real estate, and then my other job we don't discuss. And then this festival seems like it's going to be take a lot of my time, and I'm really going to enjoy it and turn it into something really, really big.
Something we both really
Yeah.
believe in, just like you guys.
This is going to be, I mean, it's going to be wheat stock again one day.
Yeah. We,
Yeah.
I personally wish you guys the most success
Yeah.
possible.
Thank
I
you.
think
Thank
this
you.
is
Yeah,
great.
Thank you, man.
I
really
think it's
do.
gonna be something cool for around here.
Oh, we'll talk after this. We'd like to get you guys involved, and I think it'd be good too.
But anyways, in the episode, like, share, subscribe, check them out.
Thank you, guys.
Y'all know
Yep,
what to
thank
do.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah. Or get your fucking ass kicked.
Literally. I'm starting to get mad.